Two more days until the 2022 NFL Draft. It is almost here. It is that close, guys. It is really that close, and I'm so excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of news is swirling around today. Okay. Ooh, sorry. A lot of news is swirling around today. It looks like we've heard some stuff from Rappaport. We've seen some from Tim McManus today. We've heard a lot on the front of Jalen Reagor, that the Eagles are putting him on the trade block. It looks like they're really trying to trade him right now. First, we heard that teams were actually interested. Okay, now I think they actually want to trade him now. Now, there were teams calling about Jalen Reagor's availability, but as of right now, it looks like they're putting him on that trade block. So what I heard so far, just from Tim McManus, says Eagles are open to trade offers for Jalen Reagor. According to Tim McManus, adds that it feels quite likely, quote unquote, they will spend high draft pick on a wide receiver. Now, I could see the Eagles getting a couple wide receivers in this draft, whether it's the first round, then going into like maybe the third, maybe the fourth or the fifth round, and maybe getting another receiver, maybe getting another couple wide receivers here. But the other news today, I'm trying to look for it. This way I don't mess up by saying it. I don't want to say it the wrong way here. I want to keep it perfect. So Ian Rappaport was on NFL Network today going over a lot of rumors. The most likely team to trade up in the first round is the Philadelphia Eagles. That's it. Really, I'm not saying they're the only team, but I'm saying that was the only team that was mentioned. Eagles, a team to watch to move in the first round. Rappaport said this on national television today. Okay, now he said the trade back candidates in the first round could be the Panthers, most likely because they need draft capital. It could be going after a quarterback. The Eagles definitely have a lot of draft capital. Plus, they got trade chips like Andre Dillard. Obviously with the quarterback positions too, and Minshew. So Minshew is definitely a big trade chip as well. And they mentioned the Giants. Now, I don't know if the Giants are moving back from 7, or are they moving back from 5? No idea. But the Giants and Panthers are, I think, they're top two teams in the top 10 that would like to trade back. Now, if the Eagles actually trade with the Giants, I'd be really shocked. If they move up to 6, what are they planning to get? It really sounds like, to be honest with you, it sounds like they're going after wide receiver. It sounds like they're going after a wide receiver. Now Rappaport did mention Kayvon Thibodeaux, maybe a cornerback. So I'm thinking Sauce, or I'm thinking one of these two wide receivers in Garrett Wilson and Jameson Williams. That's what I think. I think that's what it's going to be coming down to. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. You're never going to know what's going to happen here. So that's it. I mean, that's really all the news that came out today, but a lot more is going to come out. So what was said about even trading up, there will be a deal in place. Now, Howie Roseman likes to get these deals in place before they happen. So for a trade up for the Eagles, a deal will be in place before the draft. I think it will happen. We'll see. What is the Eagles' target in this draft, guys? I want to appreciate 102 in the chat. Everybody in here. Much love to everybody that's in the chat right now. Appreciate Alexis. We got Matt Weeks. We got Easy Money. What's going on, Easy Money? Chris Scott. We got Josh Richards. What's going on, Wheezy? What's going on, man? George Burwell. What's going on, bro? Rora Sarnoza. What's going on? Suo. William Chrisman. Who that dude? Zachary, what's going on, man? 2 more days, guys. 2 more days till the draft. Wantless 2K, what's going on, man? Philly, hi, Joey. How's your day? Great. So it's either going to be cornerback or I think wide receiver. I really do. I really think it's going to be wide receiver or cornerback. I just have a big feeling that that's what's going to happen. You saw the news the other day about the pick at 15 would be Jameson Williams, but obviously they're not. Jameson Williams is going to make it to 15. I highly doubt it. Could all this be for a defensive end? I'd be kind of shocked if they're moving up for a defensive end. I don't know what's going to happen with Jermaine Johnson. Kayvon Thibodeaux could be moving down. I think Jermaine Johnson's moving up in this draft. I think Kayvon's moving down. Jermaine Johnson's moving up. So they can definitely get their hands on one of these guys if that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? Yo, Dave, what's going on, man? Vem King says they're targeting a punter. Zachary says trade up for Sauce and take the most complete receiver in this draft, Chris Olave. Yeah, if they move up for Sauce, then at 18, I could see Chris Olave being that pick too. Yo, Yang Gang, what's going on, man? Robert says let's go Thursday. Our Grady says how long does it take to upload a YouTube video? It just depends on how long it is and the quality of it. Just depends. Rose says can't wait for the draft. Yo, Phil, what's going on, Phil? Ron says, since everyone's talking about Jameson, I doubt we'll draft him, but nobody really bring up Sauce. Yeah, you know what? It kind of makes me laugh because like the more we hear about a player, the more less likely we're going to be drafting him. So when they talked about all the Jameson Williams yesterday, all the news about Jameson Williams the other day, I kind of was really like sad about it because I was like, the more they talk about a player, the more we're not going to draft them. But there has been no talks about Sauce ever since that pre-draft visit. I haven't heard any news on the Eagles going after Sauce. I mean, really nothing on Sauce Gardner and the Eagles talking and being in conversation. I mean, absolutely nothing on Sauce. So this may be a really, really good thing. If it's not Jameson Williams or Garrett Wilson, I'm totally fine with that. Okay. I am fine with drafting Kayvon Thibodeaux. But if you're moving up, man, I feel like it's just somebody they really, really want. I feel like there's just something there that we're missing here. So, Mayo Gordon says Zachary get crazy Williams. The wideout should have been best before injury. That's definitely true. Brad says tie Philly 500 up and put feet by his face. What? Mike says you're more excited for day 1 or day 2. I feel like trades make Thursday bolster our day 2 significant. Oh no, this is going to be one of the drafts that's going to be there's a lot of starters in the second round when it comes to safety, when it comes to linebacker. You have a couple guys at cornerback. You have some guys at defensive end, a little bit at defensive tackle. I mean, there's some good talent going into the second round of this draft. I think this is definitely one of the most highly anticipated drafts, especially going to the second round with the depth. That there's a lot of good players early second that should be first round picks. So I think it's great. Lou says, I'm going to be listening to you in Philly with my AirPods and then watching the draft. Can't wait for Philly Matt Corral talk. Phil says, who are they trading up with? I've heard Giants and Panthers are like two teams that desperately want to trade out of the top 10. Now, I don't think the Giants are getting rid of 5, but I think they'll get rid of 7. Carolina could be there for 6. So we'll see. David Kahn says there were rumors today the Giants want to take Cross and Jermaine Johnson. He's definitely climbing up. Zari says, had a Halloween 6th-round pick, Ohio State being Wilson, Olave, 3 freshman receivers. Yo, J17 says, hey, Joey, look at Kyle Phillips, wide receiver from UCLA, great route runner. He's type of wide receiver Nick would love to have. Then look at Luke Fortner, center from Kentucky. He did a great job against Georgia defense. Lightning Sports says, hey, Joey, pump for the draft. Me too, bro. I'm getting ready. Yeah, Davis will probably be the 18th. Davis will probably be 18 most likely. Graves, I can't wait for any longer for the draft. Nick Grant says it has to be Sauce if they move up. I'm thinking Sauce, or it's got to be it's got to be either Garrett Wilson, probably Garrett Wilson or Jameson Williams. I think that's what it's for, to be honest with you. So we're talking. I'd be surprised if the Giants traded with us Eagles, but I hope the Panthers trade with us to get Sauce. I hope so too. Sean says if Kayvon didn't get hurt, he was on pace for 20 sacks. And there's another thing you have to think about, too, guys. Like, one of our right-hand guys went to the Giants, so there could be some background information that the Eagles know of what the Giants are doing at 5. So you never know if they move up to 6. You'll see what happens, man. You'll see what happens. Desert Eagles sent me a picture of Matt Corral. Everyone sent me pictures of Matt Corral today. Davis says after finding U500 still this offseason, if they take Sauce, Davis, and Pickens, I'll be the happiest I've been since the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's not bad, dude. I wouldn't mind it either. Lightning Sports at Jameson Williams and Devin Lloyd or Chris Olave and Andrew Booth Jr. Oh, man. I mean, I would love Jameson Williams and Devin Lloyd just because I would love a linebacker in the building, but I know that's not going to happen, though. Darius says Giants ain't trading back after what happened last year. You never know. Well, they got no first-round picks for next year. Daniel Jones on the last year of his contract, so how are they not trading back one of those picks? I mean, then they have to get more draft capital and use more draft capital for their future next year to go move up because from what this quarterback class is next year in 23, you're going to have to be top 5 to get some of these guys. You're going to have a better quarterback class next year, so you're going to have to be a top 5 pick to get a quarterback, so Who had to is starting to look at like Philly may be able to trade up for Sauce now, especially if he falls a few spots. If he falls past 4 or 5, if he falls past 5, I'll be shocked, and the Eagles can definitely snag him. Yang says, we got a sneak preview of your Matt Corral jersey. Are you excited for your jersey? There's no sneak preview of anything, bro. Beep says, Joey, can't wait to see you in a Corral jersey. John says, Panthers don't have another pick until the 4th round. That's what I'm saying. Like, they need picks. I think the Panthers are the perfect spot, okay? Whether they get Sauce, they could pick up Garrett Wilson or Jameson Williams at that spot. If they like Garrett Wilson more, they can go get him. I would love him to team up with Devontae Smith. Roland says, Eagles fans seem to be focused on cornerback, wide receiver, defensive line. Eagles will always keep an eye on O-line, maybe in the 2nd, 3rd rounds. I definitely agree with that. Yo, George, he says, Joey, could you imagine getting Sauce and Jordan Davis in the 1st and Pickens or Watson falls to us in the 2nd? Now, I don't know if they would go receiver again in the 2nd. I mean, if they go receiver in the 1st, they're definitely not going receiver in the 2nd. But if you're saying or Watson, or you're saying or and Pickens or Watson falls, I'd be totally fine with Pickens and Watson in the 2nd round. Definitely. If they can't get a receiver in the 1st, I wouldn't mind one of those picks either. Jahan Dotson, Wanda Robinson. I mean, there's plenty of them. We got a super chat from Swaggy G. What's going on, man? I heard Eagles opening to getting rid of Rager. Interesting. Yeah, so that was the news today. We heard that teams were calling about the availability of Jalen Rager. Now it looks like this from Tim McManus. He said, I want to bring this up real quick again for people that are joining the stream right now. News has come out from Tim McManus that Eagles are open to trade offers for Jalen Rager, according to Tim McManus. Adds that, quote unquote, feels quite likely they will spend a high draft pick on a receiver. Just think about it, guys. They have Devontae Smith here. They're getting rid of a 1st-round pick in Jalen Rager. They moved J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to tight end. So all I can think about right now is there's going to be a couple spots open at receiver. And I understand the 2nd round could be a big pick for the Eagles for receiver, but I'm telling you right now, if they find their guy in the 1st round for receiver, it will be Garrett Wilson or Jameson Williams. Will be one of those two guys. And that's just me. Mike said Giants take O-line at 5 and would jump them at 6 before they're 7. It's just too perfect. It might be. There's nothing else the Giants could do. Just think about it. If you jump to 6, Giants have 5 and 7. So if they're willing to trade back 7, they might trade back 7, but they can't pass us because it's their own pick. So really at the end of the day, they can't really do nothing to get in front of us unless they move up to 3 or, something like that. That's just a different story. Brad says Giants could have the first 15 picks and still screw it up. Scoop says cornerbacks and wide receivers will come on the board fast, especially now that wide receiver money has went up. They don't have many good corners either. Robert says, I want Wilson or Sauce if they get one of them of these two. I totally agree. 100%. Yo, Baron, what's going on, man? Zachary says 15 Olave, 18 Booth, and 51 Jalen Petre. We go early in the 2nd round. We go, well, not early, but mid-2nd round to go get the safety from Baylor. Nick says, does our 15 and the 2024 second we got from the Saints get them to 6? Probably. Most likely it probably will. Maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe a 3rd round pick on top of it or something. It's not going to really take that much. A 2nd round pick in 24, I am willing to give up. If teams are if they're interested in having an extra 2nd round for the next in 2 years down the road. Philly says, imagine this, Joey: Garrett Wilson, Andrew Booth, 2nd, David Ojabo. That would be amazing. Chris R says, but wouldn't it be like the Giants to sign Daniel Jones to a long contract extension worth $100 million? Robert says, what's Rager get 4th round? I don't care what they get. I don't care what they get for him. If it's something for this draft this year, I'm totally fine with it, but don't be surprised if it's a pick for next year or something like that. Philly says, what do you think we can get for Rager for? Not much. Really not much. You're going to get a steal trade for him just on production, but for where we drafted him, you're not going to get anything high for him. It's probably going to be a 4th or 5th rounder at this point. Yo, Heel, what's going on, man? Jesse says Jalen Rager for Robbie Anderson. Golden Beast said, I want to get Sauce or Thibodeaux and Pickens or Olave, and if he drops to 18. Phil says Eagles trade up to 5 and select Drake London, and you can alternate between your Corral and London jerseys. Jesus Christ. You just put a bad taste in my mouth, Phil. Put a bad taste in my mouth. I do not like that at all. Barron says Eagles open to trading Rager. Please let this happen. Replace him with Jameson Williams. I'm saying if they get rid of Rager, and this might not happen before the draft. The Rager trade might happen maybe after the draft. If he's gone before the draft, I could surely think that they're going to go after a receiver in the first round. That's what I think they're going to do. Then he says, I want Sauce or KT. I'm not asking for much. Am I? Colton B. So I'm also starting to think Daxton Hill of safety Michigan. Daxton Hill is definitely high on my list right now in the second round. But at 51, you're not going to get him there. If they are able to acquire another second-round pick, it would be fantastic. If they're able to get a second-round pick for Rager, it would be a total steal. It would be fantastic. So Zary says, can someone explain to me how Jameson Williams is better than Chris Olave? I mean, I think with a lot of categories he is. Sean says, let's not forget how he has Dillard, has ammo. We just re-signed Herbig. Yeah, so Dillard is back. Okay, I mean, Nate Herbig is back. So Dillard is a big trade chip. I mean, trading Minshew to the Panthers is almost heaven right now. I mean, I think that's the most perfect trade that you can make with the Panthers right now. Give them a quarterback that's not only an above-average backup quarterback in Minshew, but is going to be cheap as well with over $900,000 for the year. So I think that's a perfect trade if you ask my opinion on it. Euro says they're saying we'll take Stingley or Garner if we trade up to 6, and I doubt Jameson Williams will be there at 15. So I think we'll go with Chris Olave, still a W in my book. No, Chris Olave is still a W. I think he's gonna. It's people texting me stupid crap about Matt Corral. I can't stand it anymore. No, I definitely agree. Rod VA, what's going on? Watch Rager get traded and ball out. It's all about the system. I don't care, dude. I mean, look, he's got a mental issue. You've seen it off the field. You've seen it on social media. I don't really care, dude. If he can't handle the city and if no one can handle the city, just leave. Just get the hell out of here. Desert Eagle says, I wouldn't care if it was a 5th round of 23. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if it was a draft pick for 2024. As long as we get something for him, I can care less. I really can care less what it is at this point. So that's all I'm saying right now. That's all I'm saying. Philly says, if you had to pick London or Pickens, which one? I'd pick Pickens, man. I'm not a big Drake London guy. He might be a good receiver. I think he has one of the best hands in this draft. But when it comes to his separation, he just doesn't get it. And I think with Pickens, he moves very well for being 6'3". He's got good hands. I think Drake London has one of the strongest hands. I don't hate on Drake London. I just don't think it's the pick. I think he's a bit of a reach early. So Easy Money says Panthers trying to trade down. Howie trying to trade up. Generational Armtown Eagles draft prospect. Matt Corral at 6 would be ridiculous. Robert says, say we get Sauce would trade up. You pick with the first round pick, and you can see Eagles trading up to the second round to have 2 picks in the second round. I would definitely do that too. So Robert says we are definitely 1,000% moving up. Just don't know who for. Exactly. William says trade up for Sauce. Draft Jordan Davis in the first, Pickens in the second. I wouldn't mind that at all. That's actually perfect. That's actually a perfect first and second round for me. Getting Sauce, moving up for Sauce, drafting Jordan Davis at 18, and getting Pickens in the second round. If Pickens is available at 51, I'd be shocked, but I think that'd be a really good pick. Phil says Rager in a 3rd for 38, Jets pick. Susan says, where do you think Ojabo goes at? He could go second round. I feel like someone's going to take a shot. Easy Money says Shakes in the new Matt Corral jersey on draft night. No, stop it. You got to stop saying that. Helio said JJ to tight end is is ridiculous. That's a practice squad move. It's a move to keep him safe, but if they're going to move him to tight end, they should have done it last year. This way, we weren't wasting a space at wide receiver for him just to block. You know what I mean? It makes no sense to me. But I think he'll play. I think as a blocking tight end, he'll play okay. I don't know if he could block defensive ends and linebackers, so I'm not really sure about that. 10-inch. No one said, who are your top 5? Top 5 targets right now is probably going to be Sauce, Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams, probably Kayvon Thibodeaux, and Kyle Hamilton at this point. So we'll see. Yo, Ryan, what's going on, man? Timothy said, had anyone seen this kid, Tariq Woolen, 2nd, 3rd round talent as a quarterback, 6'4", that should be playing safety? We should look at this kid. Looks promising. I heard a lot of news on him. Chris Scott says Rager in a 51 to move up to 42. How he could do something like that, I wouldn't mind that either. If it moves us up in the second round, I would not care about that. It would be fantastic. I wouldn't mind it. James J said, "Hey Joey, would you draft Linderbaum if he's available at 15?" I wouldn't this year. No. Barron says, "Give them 15. Pick Dillard and Gardner." Gary says, "What up, Shakes? Where's Matt Corral today?" I have no idea, but he's all over my phone. That's all I know. Will Jameson at 15 if possible to trade down for 18. Focus on defense for the next 4 rounds. Wallace Duque said, "Man, I just pray we don't take London." I'm praying to God we don't either. Easy Mike Shakes, are more people texting you Matt Corral pictures? Yeah, now Desert Eagles text me pictures like crazy every time I stream now. So Josh M. Matthews says, "I feel like a player not talked about is Kyle Hamilton. I can see them trading up for him." I don't know. I think he's moving down just a little bit. I don't think they have to trade up too far to 6 to go get Kyle Hamilton, because the one player they're not talking about that much is Sauce. I think Sauce is quietly one of the sleepers in this draft. They talked a lot about Jameson Williams the other day, which makes me sad. So now I don't think they're going to get Jameson Williams, but they haven't talked about Garrett Wilson. And remember, there's no pre-draft visit for Garrett Wilson, but they used that pro day as like a little bit of a visit. They had a 15, 20-minute conversation with Garrett Wilson at his pro day for Ohio State. So I think Garrett Wilson and Sauce are probably the top 2 guys they're probably going to get. Philly Villas has said that your Matt Corral jersey is coming. I don't know why people keep saying that. Zachary says Jameson Williams has 0 spell awareness. Jameson Williams uses his body to catch because he drops too many passes. Olave is way better route runner. Olave tracks a ball way better. Teddy says Pickens reminds me of Tony because of the last second hype. Easy Mike says, "Thanks for streaming, Shakes. This draft week has been great already. It's very exciting." David says, "Kyle Gordon or McCreary, second round cornerback targets." Kyle Gordon is the opposite corner in Washington to Trent McDuffie, a better man-to-man coverage corner. That's the guy if you want to draft for man-on-man instead of Trent McDuffie. I would get Kyle Gordon. McCreary, one of the most underrated corners in this draft, has played inside, I think, and outside as well. So I don't know why people think of him more as a nickel-type cornerback, but I'll see what he plays on the outside. Taylor says, Hurts doesn't throw to receivers unless they're wide open. London would be an automatic bust. Robert says, "Joey, what time Thursday you and Philly starting to stream?" I have no idea. We'll have a post up for Thursday. So by tomorrow, we'll have everything figured out. Nick says, Philly is about to hate the Jets. They may take Sauce and Williams. Not if they move up, they're not. They're not taking anybody at 4. They could take. They're not. I don't know if they're going to take Sauce at 4. They need wide receiver. I don't know what's going to happen. They could take wide receiver at 10 if that's what they want to do. But we'll be in there. We'll be fine. Euro said, "If I was Howie, I'd trade our second, third round pick and Jalen for a second." I don't think they're going to get a high draft pick for Rager, guys. I just don't see it happening. So people that are new coming into the building right now, there has been some news today. Now, the top 2 news I do want to talk about today. I just saw something else just now. I just saw something else. Unless I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't see it. I thought I just saw something else. All right, never mind. If it comes back, I'll announce it. But as of right now, so now from Tim McManus, there has been news that Eagles are open to trade offers for Jalen Rager. According to Tim McManus, adds that if, quote-unquote, feels quite likely they will spend a high draft pick on a wide receiver. Look, they moved JJ to tight end. They trade Rager before the draft, or at least if that's the plan, they're definitely going receiver in the first round. I could totally believe it. And then Ian Rappaport was on national television. The team in the first round that would trade up. He talked about the Philadelphia Eagles for like 3 minutes today. Eagles, a team to watch to move up in the first round, was said on national television today. They can go cornerback, Kayvon Thibodeaux. That's what he kind of talked about. The top 2 trade back candidates for the Eagles would be the Giants at 5, or you're going to get the Carolina Panthers at 6. That doesn't mean that they're going to trade with either or of those teams, but the Panthers need draft picks. The Giants are still there. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I think they're keeping 4 just because I think they're going to draft offensive line. I think theoretically they're drafting offensive line. If they don't draft offensive line in the first round between Neal, Ekwonu, one of those 2 offensive linemen, I'd be shocked at this point of what they're trying to do. So we'll see. But you never know at the end of the day. You never know. And then, we're going to see. It's going to be Sauce, or I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll see. We got Ray Bella with a super sticker. Thank you so much, man. Let me check the super sticker. That's awesome. I don't get super stickers that much. So I like checking them out. So appreciate the super stickers. Much love. We have 211 in the chat. Much love to everybody. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Like the stream if you guys haven't. We're going to be streaming the whole entire draft. We're going to be streaming from both channels, me and Philly 500. So definitely check that out. Check out the memberships in the description and the pinned comment for extra content. Any tier, doesn't matter what you get. So yeah. D-Hart says, what up, Joey? What's going on, D-Hart? Robbie says, where do you get your news and what website? Well, I'm on Twitter right now. So Chris says, Howie probably knows Sauce or Stealing would be there at 6, Minshew 18, 101, and 124 to move up to 6. I would love it. I think that would be perfect. Once Schefter and Rapport are both reporting the Eagles are actively trying to move up. Yes. And apparently the rumors are a deal will be in place before the draft. So they might not make the move before the draft because I think on draft night it'll already be set up to where if they make this trade before the draft, teams are going to know, and teams might jump the Eagles. So I think they'll have something in place for the draft for the first night of the draft, and then the Eagles will make that trade and we'll get it done. Yang says, KT or Sauce, who you prefer to trade up? Sauce, 100%. I'm getting Sauce before I get a edge rusher in this draft. Diamondbacks, the Eagles trading up for Sauce with the 3rd and 5th. They're also get Jameson Williams and in the 2nd, Christian Harris. Robert Jones says, I doubt the Giants would trade with us after last year. Probably not. I mean, I don't know why Rapport says the Giants could be a big trade back option for the Eagles, but I don't know. I really don't know if that's even going to happen. But just think of that. If you get to 6, Giants have 5, Eagles have 6, Giants have 7, okay? You know, the Giants can't jump the Eagles. I mean, really at the end of the day, the Giants could probably lose that. They need offensive line regardless. I have them going after Neal in the 1st round. I mean, they have to take offensive line. If they don't, they're stupid. I mean, they're dumb. So they're going to be losing out on offensive line. But I mean, who knows? I mean, they have 2 picks that are almost near each other, so we'll see. The Astro says the Eagles are always interesting, and during the offseason, especially around draft time, you literally can't predict what Howie will end up doing. No, you can't. You can't. I don't know. Chris Scott says our 1st-round picks will be cornerback and wide receiver would be perfect. And I'm totally fine with trading up for Sauce and then kind of sitting there at 18 saying, you know what? Who's available? Is Olave available? I totally take him if they're interested in a receiver in the 1st round. So we'll see. Ethan said 500 just got his new Met crowd jersey. He said you guys are going to be Corral twins on draft night. I don't believe it. I'm never going to believe it. Zari says, notice all those busts you named started with the letter J. Josh Huff, J. Jordan Matthews, Jalen Rager, John Hightower, Jameson Williams. Jets gang, does KT won't make it past top 4? I don't know, dude. I feel like Jermaine Johnson's going to be a higher pick than Kayvon Thibodeaux. I'm hearing a lot of rumors about Jermaine Johnson moving up a lot more. Heel says, was told earlier they don't be surprised if Joe Hayden ends up as the other corner cheap on a 1-year deal. Yeah, I doubt that, dude. I think it's time to draft, man. I'm done. I'm done getting 28 to 30-year-old cornerbacks. I'm just done with it. Will Steele says Joe Douglas is with the Jets. We do most business with Miami and the Jets, and that is totally true. D Hart says you and Philly 500 do an awesome job for the Eagles fanatics. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it too. And Philly 500 is a great guy. I'm excited to work with him this week. Maria says, other than Wilson Williams, the Eagles could get better fits at wide receiver in Pickens, Pierce, Mechie, Robinson. Yeah, I know. There's definitely a lot of receivers in the 2nd round. Jahan Dotson. There's definitely a lot of receivers in the 2nd. Wanda Robinson, the 3rd round. I mean, I think he's a total steal at that point too. So there are some really good. There's some good receivers in here. Chris says, I honestly will believe we're drafting Sauce and Williams no matter what we do. If we move up for Sauce, we could move up for Williams as well. I totally agree. I think Williams is going to be gone by top 10. But who knows? Who knows if Stingley's going to be there? We haven't heard. So the more you hear about a player connect to the Eagles, the more we're not going to draft them. We heard a lot about Jameson Williams yesterday, which kind of made me sad because I feel like now I don't feel like they're not going to draft him, but I still want him regardless. But we haven't heard nothing about Stingley. We haven't heard nothing about Garrett Wilson. We have heard nothing about Sauce. So I think there are big options there. Like says, with the 15th pick of the 2020 NFL Draft, Philadelphia Eagles select, finish the sentence, Ahmad Sauce Gardner. Hello. What's up? I am good with that, bro. What up, Rock? Might says, Ganther trying to trade down. Howie trying to trade up generational arm talent, Matt Corral. Chris Scott says, Howie said we're more concerned about quality, not quantity, is the draft, which tells me we're trading a lot. I feel like we will. And he said long term. If you guys didn't see the quote, and this Philly 500 brought this up, which I thought it was great. They talked about Philadelphia Eagles, and this was the other day. Says we have had a lot of discussions, a lot of good discussions about the players in this draft, and we just have to make sure we take the best players and not look at the draft as just a short-term fix. Now, he's looking for a long-term fix now, and look, it made me think quarterback a lot when reading this, but I'm telling you right now, like, they were rebuilding this defense in free agency. They definitely were. They're trying to get, I feel like they're trying to get this defense more prepared, and I understand that 100%, so should be interesting where they go with it, but this can mean almost anything at this point. Chris Scott says, Howie said we're more concerned about quality. Oh, yeah, I just read that. Suo says, plot twist, we trade up to 6 and to 10, Sauce and Williams. Imagine if they trade up twice. That would be interesting. They trade up with Carolina at 6. They trade up with the Jets at 10. That would be amazing. Matt says, just chilling, enjoying my birthday. Everyone wish Matt Weeks a happy birthday. One of my closest friends on here. Definitely check him out. He is one of the top. He's been a moderator for me for a long time. I know him personally. Definitely say happy birthday to Matt Weeks. And hopefully the draft is going to be something special to make his birthday well worth the while this week. So appreciate Matt coming in. Robert says, I would love to see Sauce with trade up and Howie shocking the world and take Lloyd at 18. That would be fantastic. Now, we haven't heard nothing on the Kobe Dean and Devin Lloyd, and that's only because they have Kaiser White. It shouldn't excuse the fact they don't need another receiver, but they got Christian Harrison on a pre-draft visit, and he most likely will go second round too. So there's a happy birthday, brother. James says, Joey, I'm not sold on Alex Samal playing right guard, which is why I want the Eagles to draft Linderbaum. Yeah, I mean, you could cross-train Linderbaum if you draft him. You can cross-train him on right guard, see if you can beat out Jack Driscoll in that spot, if that's what you want to do. But I don't like Samal as much because I think his run blocking is good. I think his pass protection is very suspect. I've never been a big fan of his pass protection, so we'll see. Matt says, thanks, Desert Eagle. Thanks, Easy Money. No problem. You're good. Ryan said, I think that all the safety of the Philadelphia Eagles are interesting. Will be gone by their pick in the second round. I think 51, they have to move up. 51 is way too far to get a promising player. So, Adder says, will you and Philly be live streaming the draft? We'll be streaming for 3 days straight on both channels. Keep both channels open on your computer and mute one of the streams. This way you're not hearing a double take, but we'll be streaming from both channels. Dirty Eagle says, I forgot yours only a few days before mine. Miles says, what do you think we have to give up for the 10th pick from the Jets? Probably not much. Maybe a third rounder. Maybe I don't know, you're switching first round picks, maybe a third rounder and a fifth. We have 3 fifth rounders. They should use whatever they possibly have as of right now. So we'll see. Here's how much you want to bet they make no trades on draft night at all unless it's trading back. I feel like they're trying to trade up. If that's the rumor right now of what's happening, and Rappaport said on national television that they're hearing the Eagles are going to be moving up, that's a good sign. It's a good sign that could actually happen. Michael says, what do you think we have to give up for 10 pick? Chris says, can we stop wasting time on Tyree Jackson because he's big? He made catches against Dallas and seemed like a foreign concept for him. Driving Nebraska in the 6th round. He's 6'9". Yeah, I'm going to see what happens, man. Like, I like Tyree Jackson a lot. I think he's going into his second year playing tight end. So I feel like he just needs more time. But now with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside there, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Tyree Jackson or Jack Stahl to make this roster. So we'll see. Mal said, what do you think we have to give up for 10th pick from the Jets? Not much, dude. Not much. A third and a fifth. To move up 5 spots, it's not going to take much, as everyone thinks it's going to take. So I'm trying to get through this chat as much as possible. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm like all over the place. He said, Ahmad won't be there. Make it realistic. Well, I mean, that is going to be – not at 10, he's not. No. Miles says, no way Sauce is dropping. You never know, bro, because at the end of the day, if the Texans decide to go for a different position, if the Jets go wide receiver, if the Giants go offensive line, he could be there. I don't know. But is Sauce the actual target? If he's not, it could be Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's supposed to be going top 10. Jameson Williams supposed to be going top 10. I don't think they're trading up for Thibodeaux. Maybe they are. I have no idea. But I feel like, I don't know. Somebody. It could be Stingley. Stingley's another one you have to watch out for too. But would you draft Stingley that early though? I don't know. Easy Money says every 30 minutes Shake's phone gets a new Matt Corral picture. Oh, that's definitely true. I mean, even when I'm sleeping, I get pictures. Miles says, what do you think we have to get? Tommy, let's see here. Tommy says Seattle signs Corral in the second round. Heard it here first. Milo Dion says, what do you think we have to give up for the 10th pick from the Jets? Dave says, interesting that safety Kind is reportedly signed to the first round. I don't doubt it. Jaquan Brisker might slide into the first round. Pickens might slide to the first round. I mean, there's some guys that might slide into the first round. Somebody says you should get Philly 500 Drake London jersey since he got you a Corral jersey. He didn't get me any jersey, bro. I haven't got nothing in the mail. Okay, until I get something in the mail, I don't believe anything as of right now. Rob's happy birthday, Matt. Happy birthday, Matt. Tommy said, I love to get Sauce, but honestly, we should forget about Sauce because he isn't making it out of the top 3. Chris says, happy birthday, Matt. Get hammered. Luke said, I wouldn't mind Stingley opposite of Slay, but do you draft him that early, though? I don't know. The one question mark I have in this draft is where's Stingley going to be in this draft? I mean, I don't care how much. Look, as a person and being in shape, like he's in great shape, but the problem is, can he still play his position at a high level? I mean, that's really, you could be in the best shape of his life. He could look good at a pro day, but can he still play his position can he be a future number 1 corner for a team right now? Jay says, what if the Eagles trade Rager to the Panthers for 6? I'm totally fine, but it's going to cost more than that, Jesse. Definitely going to cost more than that. Dwayne Knapp says, trade up for Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton would be good too. Robert says, if we don't get safety in the first 3 rounds, we sign Honey Badger. That's another one we have to figure out too. It's another one we have to figure out. The Honey Badger sweepstakes could be over if they draft a safety very early. If they don't within the first 2 rounds, I feel like Honey Badger's definitely on the list for the Eagles. Matt says, thanks, Robert. Thanks, James. Thanks, Astropologist. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Chris. Brand Peck says, would you trade 18 to 10 and keep 15? Yeah, of course. I wouldn't mind that. Depends. It's going to cost you a little bit more from 18 to 10 than 15 to 10. Brandon Lewis says, I have both streams open and I'm not muting anything. Thank you very much. Robert says, what's up, Matt? Ray says, apparently the Eagles are in talks with Panthers Giants for a possible move up and hearing the Packers are after. Yeah, the Darren Waller thing is not true. That news came out late yesterday, and it's not true today. It's totally not true that Darren Waller trade. Jerry says, imagine if they trade all the way up to like number 4 and they take Matt Corral, I'll smash my head right off the TV. Me and you both. And I'll probably break my computer chair. I'll break my mic. I'll do pretty much a 360. No joke. James says, Matt, no problem, brother. Let's see here. Says you should get Philly on your lunch jersey. You got your Corral jersey. Philly for Life says, is Wilson they are going after? Say says, who do you want in the draft? I mean, I really want Sauce Gardner. I want that number 1 corner for the future. I want Sauce to get in the building and be mentored by Big Play Slay. I mean, that would be the most perfect situation for a cornerback coming into this room. Like, no joke. Easy Money says, Minshew to the Panthers. Howie lands generational arm talent, Matt Corral. It is not, you're not going to give up until this is over. Jamal Marshall, what's going on, man? He says, what up, Joey? I hope Stingley and Jordan Davis are the best talent available at wide receiver for the next pick. I definitely agree. Ma says, Roseman said in last week's press conference that when you move up in the top 10, you the trade details are usually agreed upon before the draft. So when you call that team during the draft, the deal gets done quickly. Oh, yeah, 100%, because there's not much time between draft picks. So if they have something set up and they're making phone calls right now, they will have something set up before this draft happens. Now, it's not going to be announced because teams will jump them if they see the news. So they're going to wait till draft night, get a deal done when it's not, advertised to the whole entire world, and then they can make this trade during the draft. Chris says, no way we take linebacker in the draft. Wide receiver, cornerback, edge, and tackle will be our first 4 picks, no doubt in my mind. Randy says, I prefer cornerback Sauce or linebacker Lloyd. Yo, John, what's going on, bro? Matt says, definitely going to get that drinking going on for sure. Chris, thanks, Ryan. CY says, if they were to fall at 15, who would you rather draft, Garrett Wilson or Derek Stingley? Man, it's a toughie, man. If Stingley's still there at 15, I would. If you already have 18, you have to wait like 2 more picks. I get Garrett Wilson right there. If you only have to wait like 2 more picks till you pick again, and Stingley's still there at 18, I would go get him. Rodney says smoke money in the 3rd round. It's another one. If they get smoke money in the 3rd round, I don't think that means that Honey Badger isn't coming here. I think if they get a safety within the first 2 rounds, I think Honey Badger's off the table. But 3rd round, I don't know. Flip for Life says it's all over. Eagles want Williams. That's how I know they want Wilson. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They want Jameson Williams. It said way too much the other day. The more that a player has talked about going to a certain team, the more likely he's not going to be here. So if it's not Jameson Williams, it could be Garrett Wilson, 100%. John Jones says, I could see Joey the Birds getting either Sauce Gardner or Stingley. Matt says, I think Quez deserves a shot being true number 2 receiver this year. Well, we're going to see we're going to bring in more competition. Let's see if he keeps that number 2 spot. Do not make these wide receivers comfortable. Get these guys into competition. Susan says, Joey, would you agree Joe Green was best defense tackle of all time? John says, happy birthday, Matt. Eat some wings. Derek says, where that Man City fan that always in here, they're putting on a show. Yo, Nick Wilson, what's going on, man? He says, Trent McDuffie would be perfect. Sauce can't play zone. He will struggle with the Eagles. Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. But why are you drafting a corner in the first round? Why would you draft a corner that plays better zone than man? That makes absolutely no sense. That's what I don't get with the whole, if you're drafting a corner in the first round, you're drafting him for man coverage. You're not drafting him for zone. I know that Trent will fit the scheme better, but it's just, you got to get a guy that's good at man coverage, man. You just can't do that. JJ and Daddy says, that would be a great Sauce and Slay. 100%, dude. John says, I still want that corner, Joey. Go after linebacker because once TJ Edwards is gone, who's left? Kaiser White and TJ Edwards are gone after this year. Then you're down to really Davion Taylor that's hurt too much. So I don't know what they're doing. Chris says, don't worry, Eagles fans. I've said this already. We already have Matthew in the bag right after the draft. It'll be announced. Be patient. Michael Dujon said, I want them move both first rounds, go after Sauce and Williams. I think it might not be Williams now. It could be Garrett Wilson. They talked about Garrett Wilson. They talked about him way too much the other day. They talked about Jameson Williams too much the other day. So now, since they talked about him too much, I feel like they're not going after him now. Usually when they talk about a player way too much, they haven't talked about Stingley. They haven't talked about Sauce. They haven't talked about Kayvon Thibodeaux. They haven't talked about – there's a lot of players they haven't talked about already. Garrett Wilson hasn't been talked about either. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. John says, I'll go nutsy, Matt, if we draft the QB. Robert says, I'm with you, Joe. I doubt Matt Corral coming to Philly. I think next year there are 2 stud QBs. They'll be there, and Saints pick will be top 10. I'm not saying they can't. I'm not saying they won't draft a quarterback, but I just don't think they're drafting one in the first round. At least I'll say that for now. East Coast says, Sauce will be a bust. He doesn't cover number 1 receivers than 30% all the time. And I don't think Trent McDuffie covers number 1 receivers. So John says, how many more hours till the draft, Matt? Rock Dar says, I think we getting cornerback first. We'll trade up. Mark my words. Derek says that's if they get early cornerback, if Badger's still coming. Well, he plays safety, so it doesn't matter if they get cornerback. What are you talking about? If they get a safety? If they get a safety early, then probably not. They probably are not going after Honey Badger, most likely. I'd probably say that as of right now. Randy says, would you rather Jordan Davis at 15, a lot of 18, or something else? I'm fine. I would do Jordan Davis at 18 because I think he will be available at 18. 15, I think they're going to trade up. And if they sit there, it just depends who's available. I don't know who's going to be available there. If you're going wide receiver or cornerback, Booth could be available at that spot. If you go wide receiver, Burks could be available maybe at that spot. So who knows at this point? Tommy says, if they trade up to 6 and Sauce is gone, would you take KT, Jay Williams, or Stingley? Right now, I'm probably taking Jay Williams or KT or Garrett Wilson. Put Garrett Wilson in there. I'll probably take Garrett Wilson over everybody else, to be honest. So we'll see. John says, Joey, where is Garrett Wilson from? Ohio State. Mon says, Corral, a.k.a. Mr. President. Emites to Matt Corral, Jameson Williams, future superstars. There's Nick said, I came here for the Eagles talk, but I stay for the easy money McLean rivalry. Which says, if we would get Gardner, we should also get Kobe Bryant like the 3rd or 4th. Carl Real, what's going on, man? He says, what's good, Joe? I don't see Williams or Wilson making it to 15. I just pray they don't get Drake London. If they get Drake London and McDuffie, it's going to be a crap draft. That's a crappy first round, in my opinion. To me, I think that's what's going on. Jared said, I kind of don't want Honey Badger, Kansas City, don't want them back, and nobody else is really making a play at him. Maybe he doesn't have a lot left in the tank. John says, I wouldn't draft defensive tackle like either Jordan Davis or Wyatt. I would definitely do it too, man. I would do it. Rock says, I don't want Trent McDuffie. He is too short. I want Derek Stingley. William has 100%. My daughter was born in 08 during the draft. Haven't had a good watching of the draft since basically parties. This year I will be late because of varsity. You and Philly 500 will be my best source. I appreciate it so much. We appreciate it so much. 100%, guys. You love the Philly Shakedown. You love streams like this. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. 272 people in here. It's crazy. Check out the memberships and the pinned comment for extra content and description below. Any tier does not matter what it is. Trent McBusty. Trent McBusty. That's funny. Funny guy. John says, I'm getting pumped, Joey. John Blair says, what's good, Jay Shakes? Is Daxton Hill in play from Michigan? I hope so, man. Look, if Daxton Hill's available in the second round, I'm getting him because this guy not only plays safety, he can play linebacker, he can play corner, he can play nickel. You could do whatever you want with Daxton Hill because he's always around the football. He always gets his hands on the football all the time. He's a smaller safety, but the guy is very athletic. The guy has great lateral movement. The guy always gets his hands on the football and can play anywhere for your defense. I think it's time to get that moving piece for safety. If they don't feel like they have their hands on Honey Badger, go get Jaquan Brisker from Penn State. Go get Daxton Hill. Go get Jalen Petre. Get one of these guys because they will work wonders for you in this new Eagles defense that's being formed right now. So very happy about that. East Coast guy, McDuffie gave up 2 30-yard receptions his career, which are the longest passes he's given up in the 3 years in Washington. Well, I mean, but Sauce didn't give up a touchdown last year. So how are you rating between McDuffie and Sauce? Because of conference? Chris says, Shakes, could you see us Howie taking Williams or Wilson and also drafting Wanda Robinson in the third? I can see it happening. Wanda Robinson from Kentucky is a slot receiver, inside receiver, but man, this guy is twitchy. He's slippery. Very good footwork, good hands. Watch Rondale Robinson if you guys have not. Yo, Lucio, what's going on, man? If Corral is there at 15, Howie might take him. I think that's what you personally want as a Cowboys fan. You want to take him at 15. You want us to take him at 15. Zari says they're only hyping Jameson Williams, so Washington will take him and pass on Chris Olaver. Young Jinx says we need tight end Jelani Woods, a great second tight end for Hurts. Jelani Woods, Trey McBride, Domvich or Donkovich. I forgot the other guy, the guy from UCLA. I like him too. CY said, what's the highest you think we go to trade up in the draft, and what would be the compensation? I mean, I would go up to 6, man. I mean, I would love to go higher, but you're going to have to give up your second round pick. I mean, look, 6 I think is good. I think the Eagles have good relation with the Panthers. Panthers need picks, not just first round picks, but Panthers need mid-round picks. Okay, so I think the Panthers are probably the most perfect, where if you lose Sauce by 6. Then it is what it is. Okay, you got Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson, Kayvon Thibodeaux, probably going to be still available by 6 regardless. And I think you can get a prime. Just think about it. The Eagles went to the pro day for Ohio State, talked to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson talked about Michael Vick being his favorite quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? Talked about Michael Vick, talked about coming from a football family and saying all this crazy stuff to Nick and Howie. They didn't bring him in for a pre-draft visit because they had a good talk with him at his pro day. So he wants to be an Eagle. He's like, come draft me. He said, Garrett Wilson said, me and Devontae Smith are going to be the most dangerous coming out of this draft. Me and Devontae Smith are going to be the dangerous duo. I mean, he said that at his pro day. Look what he said at his pro day. It's pretty crazy, man. Euro says, if Sauce is going at 4, I'd trade up in Stingley over Garrett Wilson. I love Garrett Wilson, but a talent drop off would be higher than cornerback and receiver for the next pick. I don't know. Stingley's not going to go that far. I don't think Stingley's going top 7. I doubt it. I really don't think so. There's too many what ifs with his medical. And I understand he's healthy now, but I just feel like there's just stuff in the background that's going to stop him from getting. I'm not saying he's going to go that far in the first, but I mean, he'll make it from 15 to 25, maybe. I just don't see him getting traded. I don't think he's going to be I don't know if he's going to be a top 10 pick. That's probably one of the most big question marks I have with Derek. It's just Derek Stingley, where he's getting drafted. Ryan says, I'd take a minute and wait for the second, third round. Ojabo will drop to the second, hopefully 51. I'm trying to get through this chat, guys. I'm so sorry. It's going so fast. Ray says, hey, J-Dog, how do you feel about John Mechie maybe in the second or third? And I say this because he's in and wants some Canadian content on the Birds' thoughts. Yeah, dude, like, look, at the end of the day, like, I don't care. Like, and Mechie's got a lot of speed, good route running. I think he's coming off an ACL from the championship, from the SEC championship game. So Mechie would be a good fit. Graves says Eagles will end up with Jameson, Ojabo, McCreary in that order. Book it. Jameson, Ojabo, McCreary in that book. I like it. Not too bad. Robert said, can Williams be a smokescreen so the other teams can figure out how he's playing? Well, it might be. I think Williams he might be a smokescreen. He might. They could really want Garrett Wilson. These go brothers. Trent McDuffie shut down number one all the time. You even followed them and lined up and saw about 89% of the time against number one guys. You didn't watch Trent, did you? No, I didn't, because I don't watch college football that much, and I don't watch Washington that much. So no, you're right. I don't watch Washington because I don't think they come out with good cornerbacks. I think Gordon is a better cornerback than Trent McDuffie. I think Gordon is more man to man, and I think Trent is more zone coverage, and I think that's it. So you are right. John says Jordan Davis is period. Joey. Philly 4 Life says if we don't get Hamilton, we will get Honey Badger. Rock Dara says our gravy stop teasing me. Barron says Thibodeaux is my pick at 6 if Sauce ain't there. Jay Flores says I think they're a wide receiver at 15, train back to 18. I want to go back. Thibodeaux is my pick at 6. I don't know if they're trading up, if they're really going up for a defensive end that badly. I just don't feel it. I really don't feel it. Because I think the Eagles like Karlaftis too. Because I think Karlaftis will be available as well. And I don't mind Karlaftis. He's probably like my last guy I would draft in the first round when it comes to defensive ends. But we'll see. Too much. I watch you in Philly 500 every day. You guys are hilarious. Aloha from Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it so much. We definitely appreciate it very much. So thank you for stopping by and definitely supporting both of our channels. Matt says if we draft a wide receiver in the first round, I think Quez is gone after this year. Howie will always put a high draft above a lower pick, even if they are playing like trash. I think having this competition in training camp, and if you draft Sauce, you have, I mean, the work that these corners are going to do on these receivers, the competition for the receivers, I don't think it necessarily says that Quez is gone because Greg Ward's on a 1-year deal, and you know, if they move Rager and then JJ's a tight end right now, I think there's an open spot for Quez to be on this roster regardless. But I think you still have to keep playing him. I think you still got to keep, playing him. J.G. Days, a Honey Badger is safety, linebacker, and corner. Mike says, Matt Ariza in the 5th gets Sipos off this team. Yeah, I don't want Sipos here. I really don't. Mike says Eagles draft prospect, Matt Corral's next star QB. East Coast Ground says Kobe Bryant better than Sauce. Kobe was an award-winning corner last year. Rock says, can't wait until we don't get Matt Corral or Kenny Pickett. And that is definitely true. John says, wasn't Olave saying that he was an Eagle fan and he wanted to come and play for the Birds? Yeah. No, I think that was Garrett Wilson. That wasn't Olave. Olave said that he wanted like Devontae Smith to be his mentor and looks up to him as a receiver. Garrett Wilson is the one that said he was an Eagles fan and he loves Michael Vick and he comes from a football family and all this crazy stuff that was going on with him. I gotta hydrate. Thomas said, if we don't get a go on George defensive line, can we grab Winfrey in the 3rd? Yeah, it could happen. I think Winfrey will go. I think Winfrey will go in the 2nd round. That's what I think. I think he'll go 2nd round regardless. So. Gall says, I think that they have their eyes on Sauce. Whoever they're not talking about, Sauce, Garrett Wilson, Thibodeaux, I think those are guys that you could say that they have a lot of interest in right now. So, for all the new people that are in here right now, so news came out today, 2 bits of news today. One from Tim McManus. Eagles are open to trade offers for Jalen Reagor, according to Tim McManus. Adds that it feels quite likely, quote unquote, they will spend a high draft pick on a wide receiver. Okay. Then Ian Rappaport was on NFL Network today, national television, saying the most likely team that the Eagles are going to be trading up and a deal will be in place. Okay. And the 2 teams that he said that could trade back with the Eagles could be Panthers and Giants. Giants, I'd be shocked. But the Panthers, I could definitely see at 6 because they need draft picks. Eagles have plenty of them. Okay, they have draft picks. We have a quarterback in Gardner Minshew that could be a big trade chip. We have Andre Dillard as a trade chip. They have picks for next year. They have the 2nd round pick in 24. There's some good picks the Eagles have right now. Good picks. So that's pretty much your news for on both fronts right now. Brown says, do you think people are overreacting on why it's age? I don't know, because age is kind of a big thing, too, because when he's done with his rookie contract, he's going to be like, 20? Was he going to be like 20? 28, 26. I don't even know. Yo, Iron, what's going on, man? Drew says going to the draft in person if you and Philly need those live updates. Oh, definitely put up those updates for us. We love it. Chris said if we somehow don't get a receiver, we could take Mechie in the second. He's a good friend of Smith. He's never mentioned. John says, Joey, both you and Philly are the real deal. I appreciate it, John. We all have the draft tracker running in your video. Would help a lot following along. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, so we will definitely have a draft tracker, like a ticker on the bottom that's going to go across it, and we'll edit it. Every time a pick is happening, we will edit the pick. I wish we could have like something on screen the whole time, which would be cool, but we'll see. We'll definitely have a tracker, though. Ari says, Sauce or Dean are my dream picks. East Coast said, you guys didn't watch Trent McDuffie, and it shows. Stop reading scouting reports and go look at the facts. He's played all over the field. And next to Jair Alexander. No, I know he plays a lot of positions. I'm not saying he can't play every position. I'm just thinking he's not a man. I just don't think he plays good man-to-man. That's all. So that's just my opinion. Respect it or don't. CJG says, too many draft busts from USC. John says, where's Philly in the draft? Held at Vegas. Mon says, I think what the Jets do at number 4 affects the draft. They go tackle. Somebody like Sauce will play for a trade up. Tommy says, if we trade up early second, there are so many options we can go that would be beneficial. Bird's Nest says, I don't love McDuffie, but what's with the hate? Derek says, do you think Marcus Epps is good? I think he's solid as a number 3, but I don't think he's great, but I think he's serviceable for a number 3. He actually didn't play that bad last year, surprisingly. Yank says, with all the quality safety talent available, I'd be disappointed if we didn't draft one. Yeah, I mean, that just depends if they can get Tyrann Mathieu. If they draft a safety within the first 2 rounds, I feel like Mathieu will be off the table. That's just me, though. Not drafting a small corner from the Pac-12 with short arms. Ryan says, if the Eagles, you cannot stay back and settle. You have to go out and get who you want because this is our future. Go out and get the guy you want. No, I that's why I don't want them to sit at 15 and just settle for whoever is available. They got to move up and be aggressive. That's what they should do. That's what they have to do from this underwhelming free agency that we just had. I think that's what they have to do. So Chris says, never draft cornerback or wide receivers from the Pac-12. Nothing but bust covering bust. Vincent said, hey, Joey. What's going on, Vincent? Let's see. Pierce says, trade up to 6 and 9 for Sauce and Williams. Ryan Under says, give up 15 and 51 to trade up to 6 and still have 18 pick. Lywood Jordan says, we trading up for Jameson. I don't know, dude. They've been talking about him too much to the point where I feel like he might not get drafted now. I think Garrett Wilson, Stingley, Sauce, definitely. Like they're the players that they don't talk about. You know, we'll see. Vaughn says East Coast. I'm not too sold on Sauce either. I like Stingley better. John says, Joey, my guy, any worries about scouting department is too analytics. Sometimes I wish they tape more just because tape doesn't lie. Yeah, and that's a problem. That it's analytical department versus scouting department and how he loves the analytics. I don't want an analytical pick. I want a best player available, obviously. I mean, we want someone, you know, I don't care how they're testing. Well, I don't care about testing. I mean, if the guy could play, the guy could play. Because, you know, the combine and pro days can only show so much of what they could do because they're not playing in a game. So, Joseph Land says it's all about Jameson Williams at wide receiver, Stingley at corner. I think it's definitely more than that, but we'll see. John says, let's go Eagles. You're going to trade up. I'm worried Sauce is going to be gone at Jets pick. I mean, he might be. But don't be surprised if they go cornerback. I mean, don't be surprised if they go defensive end as well or grow somebody defensively. But we'll see because they need wide receiver too. So, Philly for life. So we need a second rounder for one of the top running backs or a DT. Prayer says, is giving the Jets a first, second, and Rager for their first too much? It's probably what you're going to have to give up, probably for 4. I mean, probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to give up the second-round pick, but it's going to cost you a little bit. So, most likely. Tony B says, I don't get the hate on McDuffie either. I wouldn't mind another Sheldon Brown on the team. Good tackle, 5'10". Also here, he's a hitter. Wouldn't mind that. He is physical. Don't get me wrong. He can play a lot of positions. He can move all over the field. He's a hard hitter. Definitely physical. But I just don't know if he could play man-to-man consistently. That's all. That's all it is. Miles says, I don't think I've ever seen a mock draft where he falls past 15. Easy Mike says, Matt Corral and Jameson Williams would be stars of this draft. Student says, imagine this D line, Ojabo, Hargrave, Davis, Graham with Reddick. Yeah, that would be pretty insane. But obviously with Ojabo, you're going to have to wait a whole entire year. But I think as a, down the road prospect, I think would be fantastic. But if they go in the second round, I would only get him in the second round if they have 2 second-round picks. They're able to get another second-round pick, so we'll see. Matt says definitely need to get a bruiser back in this draft. Chris, it's kind of ironic. Mechie and Jameson Williams both do that annoying crane kick celebration. They both tore their ACLs. Uriel says there's no way Quez is gone if we get a wide receiver in the first. William Hurstman says regular Dillard Minshew, the mustache 18 for 6. Mont says the Eagles like Karlaftis worked with him out this pro day, and he's close friends with Ryan Kerrigan. That's interesting. John says, you're right, Matt. We need a type of back. Heel says we can only move up once. We have too many holes to fill this year, and next year really has me worried. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the most important drafts of the year. I mean, this is your future right here, because sooner or later you're going to have to pay a quarterback or draft a quarterback. So I don't know what they're doing, depending on what Jalen Hurts does this year. They have to draft the right players, because then you're going to just go down. You're going to dig yourself a deeper hole if you don't draft the right players this year. So Taylor Carney says, can you shout out my dad? He loves the Eagles and loves your streams. His name is Dixon Myers. Thanks, Joey. Shout out to Dixon Myers. Thank you for watching, man. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a good draft, too. Appreciate it so much. Chris Rush, I definitely take Sam Williams over Carl farted. Live with Georgia. So what's likely the hood of us trading up for Wilson or James? I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be. I think there's a good percentage. It could be for Wilson or Jameson Williams. I think it will be. But I feel like, the guys that they're not talking about are Sauce. I think guys are not talking about Kayvon Thibodeau is another one. I think, Stingley's another one too. I mean, Stingley could be that sleeper pick for the Eagles that they say we're going to take a chance on Stingley and want that, in-your-face cornerback and really love him. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ben said, East Coast, I totally agree. I had freshman year, sophomore, I lost a head coach and a ton of players, and I felt the whole team struggled. John says, if Eagles trade up for Wilson, I'm going to be mad. Euro says, there is no way Quez gone if we get wide receiver in the first. Quez is our home run guy. We always have the big chunk yards last year, especially on third down. We're trying to put three-headed monster together at wide receiver. Yeah, that's definite. Because I think Zach Pascal will probably be like a situational wide receiver, because I think Quez could maybe be put into the inside if they have to put him there. So I'm totally fine with that. Prayer says first, second, and Rager for a trade-up. Derek says if the Eagles spend their 2 picks on Karlaftis in London, I'm going to cry myself to sleep. Lywood Jordan says Giants aren't trading with us after what we did to them last year, taking Smitty away from them. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but it'd be interesting, though. The draft, I think, is at 8, Alistair. CJG says, send that Monte Rager daddy ball, pick Doug and 15 for number 1 pick, since he believed he was a better than Jefferson. Emily says, Matt Corral make every type of pass and is a dog. Chris R says, we don't need wide receiver in the first round with Jackson Smith. Nayaba coming with the Birds next year. Vincent Cassidy, what's up? What's going on, Vincent? Matt says, I believe at 8 p.m. Thursday. Easy Money says, Shakes in the new Matt Corral jersey. Jay said, definitely take Pickens in the second if no receivers drafted in the first. I definitely 100% agree. 100% agree. Kyle says, Joey, we could definitely get Smoke Monday in the third round. Definitely. Mont says, Roland is, he actually watches film. Who that dude says, I like cornerback Woolen from UTSA. Dude is long, could fly. Yeah, big cornerback. I mean, there's a lot of, price. There's a big price on him too going in. I heard he's been moving up in the second round because he is a long cornerback and his speed's really not that bad either. He's got really good athleticism too. So just said, would you trade 15, 18 for 10 to get Kyle Hamilton? I don't think Kyle Hamilton might not even be there. I mean, I don't know. I heard he's dropping in this draft. I'm not sure. Kyle Hamilton could be the pick in this draft too. So I don't know. I feel like it's more than a defensive end and a safety in the first round. I feel like there's more to it. I feel like it's corner or wide receiver. Maybe defensive end. Maybe. I could see it. But Kyle Dell says, Birds got to get Smoke Monday also, Joey. Seriously said, what up, Joey? I'll be checking in. Harrisburg. Appreciate it so much, seriously. Easy Money says it's more likely to draft next year SC Matt Corral than Trent McBusty from the WAC 12. Hertzo says that cornerback has never been selected number 1 overall. Kyle said, Joey, my guy, you think Birds could get smoke money in the second? I don't know. I mean, he's more likely going to be a late second. I mean, at 51, I think he'll be available. I mean, they could probably trade back and get him late second if that's what they want to do, unless they get him in the 3rd round. So they could. I don't know what they're doing in the 2nd round. Depending what they do in the 1st, we'll probably see what they're going to do in the 2nd. So we'll see. Gravy says, was Jameson a top 30 visit? Yes. Devin Lloyd has my heart. Mark says if you use analytics, use that info about our 20% value. Mr. Wing says, Karlaftis not good enough. Please don't buy the hype. Watch his tape. Taylor says, laugh out loud. Got you, Dixon minus. Wait, what? Oh, shoot. Damn it. I just... Damn it. I fell for it. That was a good one. That's a good one. What's going on, Philly Sports Talk Podcast? I will be on Philly Sports Talk Podcast channel tonight at 9 Eastern. Definitely check it out. Subscribe to his channel. Definitely head over there. I'll have a post up for that today to be a guest. So very excited for that, man. Uday says Devin Lloyd. Zary says Devontae Wyatt will be 30 when he signs his second NFL. That really? How old is Wyatt? How old is Wyatt right now? Dad said we may trade up to 10 for James and Williams. Adam Schefter said, yeah, I don't know, dude. If that's their pick, and no, so if they trade up to 10, it's not going to be Sauce. So take Sauce off the board. It's going to be Stingley, Garrett Wilson, if he's still there. We'll see. Eagles of Land says nothing about Karlaftis says stud in terms of football, not his production or athletic measures. Ron says Quez Watkins might be the fastest player in the NFC East. Quez got some wheels. Man, I love watching him run. Tyler says percentage Eagles draft Dean, probably 0%. In the 1st round, probably 0%. John says that we've missed on linebacker in the 1st. Muma or Chenal are steals in the 2nd. Yeah, Muma's pretty good, man. The problem is Muma a coverage guy? Because I've watched a lot of tape and he doesn't cover too much. I feel like he's more of a blitzing, going after the quarterback, block shedding, very disruptive. I do love him, though. Jay says, do you think we trade for A.J. Brown next year? I'm not even thinking about next year, bro. I'm thinking about right now what they're doing. If they get a receiver to pair up with Smith and have Quez already here, I doubt. I mean, we have to be done with this wide receiver position sooner or later. I think after this draft we might be. So we'll see. Mr. Wing said, I have no clue why Karlaftis is even in the convo of the 1st round player. Something like this says, Joe, can I get a wrench? If you're in these streams constantly, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to give out wrenches before the draft. By tomorrow night, I'm going to give up a lot of wrenches. So I'm going to be doing a stream. If you guys show up to the stream tomorrow, I'll definitely give out wrenches because I only have like 3 moderators right now. But I don't like people getting blocked, only timed out for spam. And if it's violent or something like that, it's a different story. But no blocking on the channel, though. That's the only issue I have. John says, what time, Joe, are you doing Thursday for the draft? I don't know yet. Like, we're still working out of time right now. We can go a half hour before the draft, an hour, 2 hours. I don't know yet. Greg says, if we move up to 6, Sauce has the be the target. This draft is deep in receiver. We can grab Olave at 18. Anita, what's going on? CJG says, Williams Wyatt would be good. John says, X back. Yang Gang says, Karlaftis has good tape. Euro says, you think Howie call Matthew and get this word that who will come in if we don't draft safety early, because if we don't get safety early and Matthew decides not to come to Philly, we could screw us over. I mean, they probably have some type of information right now that they know if like there is a chance or they don't have a chance. So we'll see. Big empty spot at cornerback next to Anthony Harris right now. So CDG says no, can't trade up 10 for wide receiver too deep to do that. John says, can't wait to see Joey in Philly on Thursday. Yeah, we're very excited for it. Susan says, who's better, Hutchinson or Ojabo? I mean, Hutchinson probably. I mean, Hutchinson definitely. So Saba Barbershop says, yeah, I think you got to get in the top 10 or Lloyd and Hamilton, but they're two dudes. If Parsons never happened, I think Lloyd would have been there. Jay says, plot twist, we trade to 10 and draft a running back. Definitely not. That I'll be pissed off. East Coast Gridiron said, why do you skip my pro roster and DB players list? You said they don't produce them. Show the comment. No, I saw it. No, the comment, I saw it. I'm trying to get to everyone else's stuff, dude. John said, will you give a shout out to Mike? I'm not. No. I saw that one. I've seen that one. John says, Mon, if you're Howie, do the draft, Mr. Davis. GAG said, let's hope they're and run QBs in the top 10. Tommy says, if we trade for Sauce Wilson or Jay Williams, we draft one Williams. We traded up early, second as well. Would you draft safety or cornerback at that point? Yeah, probably. If they already get Sauce Wilson or Jay Williams, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Abdur says, if Jalen really working with Tom Brady, so if he's going to come back more accurate. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. I mean, I'm hoping that his timing is right. Anticipation on throws is a lot better going this season. You know, working with Tom House, Quincy Avery, and then all the stuff about Tom Brady and everything. So, yo, Brock, happy birthday, bro. Everyone say happy birthday to Brock. Appreciate it, man. John says, can you guys go an hour before the draft? Oh, we'll probably go an hour. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is. We'll have a post up. So, yo, Carlton, what's going on, man? Ready for the draft? Me and you too, man. John says, when was the last time this team drafted an edge rusher? I mean, since 17. We drafted Josh Sweat. We drafted Derek Barnett. I mean, we've drafted edge rushers, but not great ones. I think Josh Sweat is got better every single year, but he's going heading out. Thanks, everyone. If you guys want some actual knowledge, we got you. Yeah, it's all good, bro. God, people get so butthurt. Anita says, would you rather trade back and get Andrew Booth or trade up and get Sauce? Judson says, I hope we don't take Davis because we don't play in third down. Greek Freak 2 says, seriously, who would you absolutely reach for? Scully says, am I the only one to see that Jalen has a lot of weight? Southpaw says Hamilton's the only dude that would move up for maybe Wyatt. Jerry says he wants Corral's brother, John. Matt said, I think we should get running back Brian Robinson from Bama in the middle rounds to play the bruiser back. I mean, I like Hassan Haskins. I like Kevin Harris. A lot of guys I like. But it says, trade it first this year, first next year, and go get Debo. Tom says, get the crybabies out of here. John says, it's been so long we drafted Reggie White. Uday says, did you see Devonta Smith's new muscles? What's going on, GG? What's going on, man? Pitts over people said, Drake London is JJ Whiteside 2.0. Slow and can't run routes or create separation. He just has no separation. He doesn't. That's why, if you're going to get a contested catcher, why? I think he has one of the strongest hands, but why, though? If you're going to get a contested catcher, like, there's so many good receivers that get separation, but if you're, to me, it's like, why are you going to go get a contested guy if there's guys that get separation and catch the ball very well? It is what it is. Crypto99 says Wyatt and Hamilton would be cool. I wouldn't mind it. John said, where's your cake, Brock? Jordan says, Smitty got bigger. Did he? I saw pictures of them at training the other day. Let's see here. Uday says Drake London 2.0. Glow says, Joey, what happened to the Jalen Tolbert hype? I don't know. I haven't heard many people talk about his name. Sorry. Indigestion. Brock says, I ate it already, John. Chris says Smith is going to have a great season. I hope he does. It's really going to depend on Jalen Hurts to have a good season. He should have a good season. Tommy says Brisker or Harris. I don't get it. Or Harris? I Brisker 100%. Rock Darcy, easy money. I want you to watch the draft very closely when Matt Corral goes to another team. Johnny says, yes, he did. Jordan Spinney got his arms. CJG says, I like Hassan Haskins in the 4th, 5th. I like him from Michigan a lot. Scully says, in your opinion, how good of a season would Hurts have to solidify his spot? I mean, you don't need statistics for it. Like, his passing just needs to get better. Like, he's got to be accurate. He's got to not miss on receivers 3 or 4 to 7 times a game. I mean, it just has to be that much better. I mean, you're not going to need statistics for it. I mean, I know he's going to run with the football in his hands. I know he's going to get rushing touchdowns, but he needs to be more accurate. I mean, he's got to have a receiver going over 1,000 yards this year. I mean, there's just got to be more to it. You know what I mean? If he's not scoring 30 points a game, he's not going to be a franchise guy. I mean, you got to score 30 points a game to be, to play well as a quarterback. I mean, you really do. Let that offense work around you too, but those passes have to get in there. Tyler says, just saw NFL Network that Texans have been the most interested team in Stingley and could go them at pick 3. James says, what would you do with the first round, bro? Glow says, we got Nate Herbig, right? Yeah, Nate Herbig signed the other day, so we're good. CAG says, Haskins runs through tough up the middle. Yeah, he's good between the tackles. He's got a nice jump cut, too, especially for like a bruiser type elusive back. That's why I like him so much. Barron says, who would your dark horse pick at 15? Oh, man. Dark horse would probably be it probably if everything, I think it would be Derek Stingley if he moves past 10. I think Derek Stingley at 15 could happen. I don't know if Stingley's going to be there. I don't know if he's going to be a top 10 pick this year because teams are worried about his medical. Even if he's healthy right now, I feel like he might move down just because. So we'll see. Akutaga says, Joe, you can't get top. What can a great top cornerbacks do when you have no pass rush? We need an elite edge guy. Yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted. I mean, I want them to go get another defensive tackle in Jordan Davis or Devontae Wyatt in the first round if they could do it. Kayvon Thibodeaux could slip down too. I mean, they need that edge guy. They really do. So I get it. Trust me, I totally get it because they have to start blitzing more. You have Hassan Reddick too that is going to move from Sam linebacker to edge rusher as well. So who says London can separate? That's things people don't realize. Southpaw says, oh, I think that Oregon safety is a sleeper. CJ says Wyatt Hamilton would be as good as a first round gets. Ryan J says, is Devin Lloyd out of the picture now, or we just draft Muma or Leo Chenal in the later rounds? I mean, look, there's always a possibility they could draft Nakobe Dean or Devin Lloyd. There's always that possibility. But to me, getting Kaiser White, and I know 2 guys are on 1-year deals right now. Like Kaiser White and TJ Edwards are free agents after this year. So it's interesting to see where they're going to go. But it's just, then you're going to lose 2 linebackers this year. You're going to be losing 2 defensive tackles this year in Hargrave and Fletcher Cox. You're going to be using 2 starting linebackers this year in Kaiser White and TJ Edwards. I mean, you're moving. I mean, you're going to be losing a lot of players next year. I mean, but you got to compensate from this draft. You really have to. There's a B+ draft and both Hurts and Rager step up. Rager's not stepping up. I have Jalen Hurts stepping up more than Rager stepping up. So Mon says MC2 of Philly, let's go trade Hurts. Tom says, I was saying that draft Brisker, Christian Harris linebacker in the second. Randy says, Philly Founder really hopes Rager is gone. Just saw his newest video. Yeah, it's true that. Darius said, easy money really is Matt Corral. That's why he wants to come to Philly so bad. He gets on the bench, make easy money. John says, Roland, I do not want to Drake, the rapper from London. Goes to have heard of no Tyler Linderbaum chatter. I haven't heard much of Tyler Linderbaum either, which could maybe worry me a little bit too. John said, Randy, did you hear the Eagles want to trade Rager? Southpaw says, oh my God, Drake London is such an Eagles draft pick. I'm so worried. It is. It's a very Howie pick. It's a Howie pick at the end of the day. I think it is. Aaron says, Howie, would have feel about the Eagles drafting Treylon Burks at 15 or 18? I'd be fine with that. He's a big receiver, man, with a lot of speed. So I love Treylon Burks. He's probably one of the first receivers I looked at, this past offseason. Burks, I wouldn't mind Burks from Arkansas. I'm totally fine with it. My dark horse at 15 is Trevor Penning. Not that I am. It's just something I could see Howie doing. JG says, does Lloyd's 3 height advantage outshine Dean's leadership on one of the best defenses, the most amount of freaks seen, while toughest conference? Southwest said, I'll take Burks over London. That's 100% true. Easy Money says, Eagles draft prospect Matt Corral, the next star QB. Alani says, I just hope we get cornerback or a linebacker in the first round. Shake said he gets Matt Corral pictures sent to him in his sleep. That is true. Every single night for this past probably week and a half. Blizz, the money clip, says Quez needs to get the ball more. Trust me, dude, he would have had over 1,000 yards. I guarantee he would have had over 1,000 yards last year if he got the ball more. 100%. 100% he would have had the ball more. Girls, yeah, you think Reddick, Sweat are going to be a problem with BG Altane? They think we'll be fine at defensive end if we don't go defensive end in the first or second. No, I know. I think you with Sweat and Sweat's got to have a better year this year. He's getting paid to be like a 7 to 9 sack guy this year. Reddick has got to. I mean, he's going to be moving from linebacker. They're going to be moving him all over the place. But I need him as a pass rusher too. So if they're able to get a safety that can move around the field a little bit and have, you could probably put more Reddick into the edge rusher position. You could move him as more of an edge rush type guy, of more of a blitzing. So we'll see what happens. But Scotty Wallace said, what's the market like for Reagor? I heard teams calling. I don't know. I mean, I can't see a high draft pick for him. I really can't. Carl the Rail says CBS Sports has taken Jalen Petre at 18. I like him, but that might be. I think that's way too early. That's way too early. I'd go Daxton Hill at. I mean, if you're going to pick someone else, if you're going to pick a guy and reach that, I would rather reach for Daxton Hill and Jaquan Brisker at 18 than Petre. Mayo says we're trading up. Sadly, going to lose a second rounder. Jordan says I low key think we could go could up to 6 or 8 if we wanted. I think we can too. Mike said if Stanley falls, the Jameson Williams available at 18. Do you take both? Or is that too risky for both coming off injuries? No, I don't think it's a risk. Look, every draft pick is a risk. It doesn't matter who's healthy, who's not healthy. Okay, it depends like what's on your board, who's available on your board from best that's going to fit the scheme to best player available on the board as of right now. Okay, I'm picking Jameson Williams in a heartbeat. I think you put him on the shelf for a little bit, let him rest up, and he's going to be ready by the draft. He's running by the draft. He's going to be ready by training camp, but they'll sit him for a while. That's what I feel like they should do. Tommy said, well, Howie overspend to trade up is the question. I don't think so, because Howie's good with trades. Name a trade that Howie Roseman got fleeced. I can't really think of any. Ryan says nobody's mentioning Jermaine Johnson anymore. What happened? I think Jermaine Johnson's going to go. I think Jermaine Johnson is going to go very early in this draft. I think Kayvon is going to drop. I think Jermaine Johnson's going to move up. I think it's going to be literally Travon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson, and then you're going to get Jermaine Johnson top 6 pick. I think Kayvon's going to move further. I really do. Carla Wilson, imagine we get KT and have him Sweat and Reddick coming after the QB. Colton Roberts says, I got a feeling we're going to sign Honey Badger. We'll see what happens, man. Matt says, how far would you trade up for Kyle Hamilton? I'd trade up to 10 or 9. I would say in that area. Easy Money says, Shakes has gotten into you picks in his sleep every day for the last week. Gunner says, Big Joey, man, how you doing today? Hope you're having a great day, buddy. You too, Gunner. Hope you're having a good day too, man. Mayo says, Minshew, Dillard, and Reagor are all traded on draft day. Andres G said we shouldn't draft the QB this year. Honestly, Hurts is going to be better than anyone in this draft class next season. So what's the point? We should definitely let Jalen prove himself this year. No, 100%. Benny Boom, what's going on? The Eagles taking calls for Reagor. I know damn well they're not asking for a 1 or 2 for him. He says Corral 15 Wonderlic score from signing his name and the forgot one of ours. Interesting. So I'm trying to see. I thought I saw something else. As of right now. So straight news today is literally straight news today is that the Eagles could be trading Jalen Reagor. So Eagles are open to trade offers for Reagor, according to Tim McManus. Adds that, quote unquote, feels quite likely they will spend a high draft pick on a wide receiver. So if they put JJ as a tight end, they move Reagor and trade him. At this point, like, wide receivers got to be the pick. It's got to be the pick. Heard Jameson Williams news the other day, and then all of a sudden this Reagor news comes out that he could be traded. He's on the trade block already as of right now. Then Rappaport goes on to say on national television today that he is going probably at this point, I think Rappaport thinks the Eagles are definitely a prime candidate that's going to trade up, and that's what he's hearing, and that's a good thing to hear. So they want a player in this draft they really need. They got to push and be aggressive. So Chris R said, use them at Corral until he built on his team in the Sugar Bowl. CJG says Kavon's behavior at the combine was concerning. Matt said, I'd take a 7th for Reagor in a heartbeat. It's probably, I don't think they'll get a 7th for him. I think they'll get a little bit more than that. I'll be realistic with it. I feel like they'll get a 4th or a 5th. I don't think a 7th. I think they will get a 4th or a 5th. Carla Real says, if we get rid of Reagor, we won the draft. Agreed. George says, Jamo at 15 season. I love that. I don't think he's going to be available at 15, but we'll see. Blizzard Money Clip says, can we just run the ball and let Miles get his 6 per tote? Uriel says, can I she could see us sending Minshew 18 a second, third to Carolina for 6th overall pick. I would like that. I think Carolina is a very realistic option. Trading, I don't know why they mentioned the Giants so much, why the Eagles would trade up with the Giants, or the Giants even accepting a trade from the Eagles. I don't know. Paul says Eagles trade Gont and Gann to the Cardinals for future draft picks. I would love that. Would totally love that. Benny says, oh my God, the umbrella man moving the tie, and heck, he can't barely play receiver. He's going to get creamed. He's blocking defensive ends and linebackers. I don't know what he's going to do at that spot. I don't know what he's going to do at that spot. I don't think it's going to go as well as everyone thinks it's going to go well. Stop. Paul says, Honey Badger would tell me players respect Hurts. Round said, I think Kevon will be a bust. His personality in these interviews concerns the hell out of me. Would definitely want Sauce instead of Thibault. There's said, how the O-line looking, definitely a strength for us this year, but how's our depth? I mean, you got Dillard at left tackle right now, and other than that, you have LaRaven Clark that plays left tackle, right guard. Right tackle, Herbig could play both guard spots at left guard, right guard, but he's a better right guard. You have Driscoll at right guard. Right tackle, there's really no depth for right guard, right tackle. But actually, there is. There's depth for right guard, but right tackle, there's no depth because I think Driscoll is going to be the next. I think Driscoll is going to be the next right tackle for us because I think he plays better at that position. But I think they draft a right guard this year. So, and definitely they're going to bring in undrafted guys and stuff like that. So they could get, if there's a trade for Dillard on the table, they could get rid of him, and we're going to need more depth at left tackle anyway. So we'll see. The left side of our line is looking like the strongest side as of right now. That's what I'm seeing from it. Charles says if Rager doesn't get traded, he could try out at tight end next year. Sabo says, Mason, you're 100% right. Ryan says Rager is not going anywhere. Howie's just admitting he botched that pick. Oh, probably. Well, he botched the pick, but he's definitely going to go somewhere. And look, we remember the rumors we heard earlier in the offseason that Rager wants a fresh start, that there was rumors that he wanted a fresh start somewhere else. Could be a reason why he's leaving too. Goodbye. See you later. Dad says, this is the question of the day. Who do you think Howie's number one target in this draft? I think it's Sauce Gardner. I think he wants Sauce. I think he wants that future number one corner that he could bring in, Slay to mentor him and play really well. So I think Sauce, Garrett Wilson, and Stingley. Sauce, Stingley, Garrett Wilson, and Jameson Williams. I think one of those four is going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. 100%. Daniel said, Joey, who are you taking, Jamo or Stingley? I'm taking. It's hard, man. That's a hard one. I mean, I would take Jameson Williams, dude. I would. He's going to be ready by the training camp. He's going to turn this offense around. Hopefully, if Jalen Hurts plays better, and then you won't have to draft receiver anymore. You won't have to draft another receiver for years. Stingley, I think Stingley's going to move down the boards just a little bit. Randy says, if any buyers, would you trade Dillard for a third, a fourth this year, and Rager for a fourth next year would be a deal I'd make. That's not a bad deal. Sue says, Cowboys' new owner is D's nuts. Jay says, I read the Eagles are in talks with the Packers to trade picks from 18 to 22. That could happen. I could see a trade back for 18. I could see a big trade back to get for another second-round pick. I mean, I could see another second-round pick. So Howie Roseman had a press conference with, I think, an interview with Dave Spadaro today. So definitely got to watch that today. I did just came out. So it's going. Are you guys watching the draft, or are you watching the Sixers, or are you watching both? Because I'm not even watching the Sixers. Because I think they're losing this series. I think they're losing the next two games. Just saying, but just gonna throw it out there. So we got the best in the business developing O-line. Coach Stout, baby, just turned a 7th-round rugby player into a Pro Bowl left tackle. Mulata. Look what they did with Landon Dickerson. He's so physical, man. Jesus. So physical. I love Landon Dickerson at left guard. I said that was an A- to A+ draft if Dickerson works out. Just think about it. JOK got hurt. Asante Samuel Jr. got hurt. Dickerson was healthy and looking really good. Pause. Big Ed says, I've seen on a couple mocks where the trade, if the tackle the Panthers want is gone by 6, they trade back with us at 15 for Dillard. He down says Staley's the best cornerback in this draft. It's crazy how fast people forget Sauce, my boy, though. I'll take either one. I'm down for it, man. I'm down for it. Donnie said, would you rather Edge have Jordan Davis or Staley given one choice? Big Slummy says, I want A.J. Brown so bad. Is it possible? Alexander Ford said, what up, Joey? I like to see how we use Track Star from the Ducks. Paul says, Eagles trade 5 spots from 15 to 20. So you're seeing they're trading back? You think they're trading back from 15? They're going 15 to 20? Donnie said, would you trade Devontae Wyatt at 18? I wouldn't mind it. I don't, because he moved from defensive tackle to defensive end. It's a really good pass rusher. Like I said, he can move around. So I'm good with one of those defensive tackles from Georgia. I really want Jordan Davis, though. So it says, Kyle here. It's official. Not going to my warehouse job till Monday. So you're off. You're off. That's good. Keytown said, I know why the Sixers till draft come on. Sixers start at 7. Draft starts at 8. Mark Mulhaller says, put Rager at Zamboni and let him work off the balance of his signing. Paul says, absolutely not on why who is dropping big time due to all Edge sexual assault case. There's a sexual assault case. First, I thought it was that was the off the field issue going on. It says trade up to the 15th, then trade the 18th to Casey for 29th and 30. That would be good. Jordan says, who's your top 3 dream picks? Top 3 dream picks? Oh, man. Would be Sauce, Jameson Williams, and Jordan Davis. Young says, Joey, what's my guy? 2 more days. I'm excited for the draft. If we draft QB, we ride it. We definitely do, Young Dots. Appreciate you coming in here, bro. We have 243 in the chat. We're an hour 30 into the stream. 243. You guys haven't subscribed, subscribe. You like streams like this? We're going to be streaming the draft, me and Philly 500 on both channels. So give both channels a lot of love. If you're on your computer, open both tabs, have both channels up. Give both channels a lot of love. Much love to everybody join the stream today. Like the stream if you guys have it. Check out the description and the pinned comment above for extra content for the memberships. Join the Shake Squad Army today. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining the stream today. I'm just trying to rhyme like crazy. Paul said, why is strictly a DT, Joey, not edge? I mean, I'm just saying they can move him around because he could. I'm not saying he could play great at defensive end. They can move him around if they want. Dude, I can't wait to see Mulata and Dickerson and Kelly Green. Southpaw says, I got to go Staley. Working with Slay is going to help him a lot. Best corner prospect since Dion. You got to get that guy. Trust me, when I first saw tape on Staley, I really liked him, but I saw the injuries and then his pro day looked really good. And then I'm sitting here like, our team's still worried about his medical. Even if he is healthy, our team's still worried about him. So to draft him too early. Zachary says, Philly needs to stay away from Jameson Williams, Devontae Wyatt, and Tariq Woolen. Fred said, yo, Joey, what's good? We almost there, bro. 2 more days. So tomorrow, we're going to do a stream tomorrow. We will do a stream tomorrow just to let you guys know. I wasn't going to do much of anything, but we're going to do a quick one early in the day, and then that's it. I'm going to wait. I'm not putting out any more content. I'll have a video out by tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to be sitting. I'm sitting tomorrow. I'm not doing much. So how would you feel about Garrett Wilson at 6, McDuffie at 18, since most likely Stingley will be gone? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of McDuffie at 18. I'm not. But Garrett Wilson, I would like. I think he would with Devontae Smith, the Garrett Wilson would be dangerous. Very dangerous. Ellie said Karlaftis is a player. Don't sleep on him. Bill says, throw at Matt Corral. Have fun dealing with Matt Corral. Susan says, Philly 500 wants Thibodeau. Samuel Rose says, draft Matt Corral and Drake. Randy says, Joey, I agree. Go Raptors, baby. Yeah, they're probably gonna lose. They're probably gonna lose. And look, I'm not trying to like be a Debbie Downer about the Sixers, but I already see it happening already. 3 on 2 cups. So who would you win in a fight? You or for the fun? I don't know. I think it would be a draw, to be honest with you. I don't know. We would never fight anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, dude, you're right. Dickerson, Smitty got to be the best 2 draft picks we ever made. Yeah, that's definitely truth. That's the truth, bro. Bleeger said, I figure we got trenches early in the draft. Thibodeau and Johnson are my top 2 hopefuls. G-Town says, I know, taking Booth and Alam over McDuffie. I'm taking Booth and Alam over McDuffie. I'm taking Booth over McDuffie. Alam will probably be a late first, but I wouldn't mind taking him. But I like Booth a lot better. Booth is not great in zone coverage, but his man coverage is great. So Yeah, no, it's true, dude. Like Shake's already calling the Sixers blowing it already. Well, Embiid's not playing. Embiid just cannot play. He just can't play with that torn ligament. He just in his thumb. He just can't play. You know, you had what? I mean, Danny Green had more points than tired Maxey. I mean, it's just really bad. It's just really bad. Too many turnovers. Harden looks old. He looks washed. I mean, he played the first 2 games, but he has looked like absolute crap. I mean, really bad. So I don't trust it. Going to Toronto, they'll probably lose. Coming back to Philly for that last game, it's going to be a heartbreaker, and it's going to be a close game, and then they're going to lose. I mean, I just have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Bill said, Joey Shakes, we all know you want Matt Corral, want to wear his jersey. Don said, would you trade for A.J. Brown or draft a wide receiver? Sapua, oh, no. Would you trade for – I mean, I would like to trade for A.J. Brown, but we're going to have to give up way too much, so I would have to trade for a wide receiver, bro. We had our chance this free agency to do something, and we didn't do it. So that's the way it goes. Di says, who would you rather take, Alam or Booth? I would take Booth. I would take Booth at 18. Craig, so all this hype coming from the draft, GMs are licking their chops. It kind of like you want pork, beef, all different varieties. That's definitely true. Fred says, Golden Corral, hungry for chicken and biscuits. I've been to what's the other one? Not Golden Corral. What's the other one? Stevens. What's it called? What's the other one down south? It's not Golden Corral. It's the other ones. I've been to the other one. I've never been to Golden Corral, but the other one. Easy Money says Shakes already sees Doc Rivers meltdown happening. Yeah, 100%. 100%. CAG says that would be good. Connor says, how can you compare Land Dickerson II to B-Dog? Who the hell did that? Vince says Pickens and Johnson first rounds. Easy Money says Shakes, their head is hilarious. They were just up 3-0. Now we're expecting a game 7. George says, hey, Joe, I think the Eagles are going heavily in defense in the second and third round. What do you think? I think they're going heavy. Oh, yeah, 100%. I think they are. I think they definitely are. I mean, we have a lot of holes on defense. We need, and especially the undrafted class we get after the draft and see what we get out of that. And then down the line past training camp, when they start to get some of those guys through the waiver wire that other teams start to release. So those are players you have to watch out for down the line. So Ron says, do these live streams ever get exhausting? It just depends. It depends. Like if I'm tired from work, like if I work, I come home, I start streaming. It just depends how tired I am. But I enjoy doing them regardless. I'm not really a big streamer either because I've been streaming every day pretty much since the first day of first day of free agency. So, Paul and McDuffie was slot cornerback in the NFL, not worthy of a first round pick. He could play that rally nickelback. Randy says Harden looks like what we did beginning of the season, done out of shape. So that was I thought we got beat off in the third. Oh no, I'm not sleeping on Alam. I think he's gonna be a first round pick, so I'm not sleeping on him. I think he's a very grabby, physical corner. Like he grabs a lot of jersey. I like him because he's so physical, but I'm afraid to. Hopefully, he can get away with it in the NFL. I'm not really sure. Dominic says, "Who's your most favorite underrated draft pick?" As of like going to this draft, are you talking like in the past? Craig says, my team, Dallas Mavericks, are killing. Honestly, believe it. I'm not going to leave the match to the finals partition. Dallas Celtics final. Yeah, if the Sixers meet the Celtics, they're done. I mean, they're more done. I mean, they'll get beat. That'll be over in 4. So, Coach said, Joey, is there going to be a stream after the draft as well? Need people to have either a celebratory drink with Drown my sorrows beer with. I don't know. After the draft, I mean, probably we're going to be streaming 3 days. And then we're going to have the shakedown on Sunday. So we're going to be streaming 4 days straight. 3 on 2 Cups said, have you ever want to an away? Yeah, I've been to the Giant. I mean, I live 35, 40 minutes away from MetLife. So I've seen the Jets and Eagles play, Giants and Eagles play. I've been to, that's pretty much the only place I've been to is MetLife. Dave says, what's good, Joey? 2 days away. Are you live streaming the draft? Yes, we'll be live streaming all 3 days. Me and Philly 500 from both channels. Have both streams, have both channels up on your tabs on your computers, and give on your phones and give both channels a lot of love. I don't like his size. Easy, honestly, 6'2", 200. Texas teams called for Robert Quinn. Eagles, how old is Robert Quinn? That's an old name. That sounds like an old name I haven't heard of in a long time. I mean, that's to me. Teams have trade interest in Bears superstar pass rusher Robert Quinn. Interesting. Oh, he did have a lot of sacks. See, I don't know half of this stuff. How old is Robert Quinn? He's older, isn't he? Isn't he older? That's interesting. Baron says the Golden Crown any good? Never been there myself. I forgot what the other place is called. VAJ 5.1.4. What's going on, Joey? Do you know when 500 is doing a call-ins today? I have no idea if he's doing a call-in today. I have no idea. Bleeger said I'm going to be at the draft party day one, but I'll be peeking in and out of the stream. Southpaw says Matt Corral or Matt Hasselbeck. Well, probably Matt Corral, most likely. I wouldn't doubt it. I honestly wouldn't doubt it. Robert Quinn, interesting. Now the Eagles having interest, I have no idea. We will see, though. We will see. Eagles making moves in the first of the NFL draft. I don't know. I'm trying to find something here. I don't think there's anything much here right now. I think that's pretty much it. Rumors says Eagles are listening to offers for Jalen Reagor, which is definitely it. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Ryan's. There you go. Ryan's. Ryan's is a place I went to in South Carolina. My mother used to live in South Carolina, so that's where I used to. I've been to, that's where I went. I went to South Carolina to Ryan's. I thought Ryan's was really good. Favorite drink? Oh man, I'm more into like the mixed drinks. I'm not into hard alcohol or beer or any of that stuff. Ronan says, "Hey Joey, been a rough day, bro, but your streams always make it better." Hey Ronan, I appreciate it. I'm glad that I help you. I help your day out. Why is there? Did you get the Corral jersey yet? Why is everyone? I don't know. Southpaw Barbershop, you got to give Shakes credit. He's killing it with these lives. I appreciate it, man, so much, dude. David says, Joey, I need you to represent the NFC East roundtable. I think you should host it and have Boys for Life, maybe Capizzle and some Commander content creator. Yeah, I've never really thought of that, man. I haven't been to a roundtable with other content creators in a while, so we'll see. Do you like jelly donuts, Shakes? Jelly donuts are almost my favorite ones. I actually like jelly donuts a lot, to be honest with you. Matt says, I'm from South Carolina. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Well, I guess you know better than me. And remember. Anthony Martinez with the Super Chat. Appreciate it very much. Joey, are you afraid of Philly falling into the same misfortune as the Lions the mid-2000s, drafting bust wide receivers in the first round? Not really, because I think there's a lot of talent wide receiver-wise in the first round. Like, I am totally fine with drafting Burks, Olave, Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson. Like, I like all those guys. You know what I mean? Like, is there like a thing where I'm like, I never really thought of it like they're going to draft a bust in the first round at wide receiver, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of busts at wide receiver in the first round. I really don't. So, Yank says, just embrace the crowd jersey. It's going to happen. Randy said, vodka, soda, or vodka and OJ are delicious. Easy Money says, Shakes, these lives are great. Appreciate so much, man. You make them better, bro. You make them a lot better. Sapo said, Anthony, that's my fear. Also, no more wide receivers. Craig says, honestly, Chris Olaver could be the best receiver in the draft. Very underrated, number one. Dawson says, I think we trade up for Garrett Wilson. The receiver they're not talking about is Garrett Wilson that wanted to be a Philadelphia Eagle, that talked to Nick and Howie at the pro day. They didn't bring him for a pre-draft visit. I think Garrett Wilson could be there. I think he could be there. Bro, I don't want to ruin it. You'll see, you'll be rocking that Corral jersey draft night. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Is Philly 500 streaming right now? Is that why? Is that why I'm hearing all this right now? Because that's the only reason why I could hear, because Philly 500 streaming or something like that. I had to see if he's streaming or not, but he's not. Okay, because I feel like he was streaming or something, and maybe things are being said. So. Bleeding Green says, that's why I think it would be a smart to wait till the second round to take wide receiver. Uriel says, Carson Wentz getting intercepted by Stingley or Gardner sounds so satisfying. Even getting tackled by Hassan Reddick, getting a few sacks from Hassan Reddick as well. And he says, I would love Jameson Williams, but but when will he play? He's going to be ready by the season. He's running by the draft. He's already lightly pretty much jogging, probably running, jogging right now, in between right now. So We'll see. He'll be ready by training camp. Jordan says Garrett Wilson, an Eagles fan too. Yeah, he is. He is. Ray says, "Hey Joey, do you do fantasy football?" And yeah, no, I used to do it a few years ago. I don't do it anymore. Yo, Johnny Blaze, man, what's going on, bro? What's going on, man? How's everything going, bro? A lot. There's gonna be so many rumors coming out. It's gonna be so many rumors coming out. It's gonna be crazy. Southpaw says easy money. Don't co-sign that Matt Corral. He's not that good. Rowan says, does this man VJ work for the Eagles? RX says you guys need to quit talking about the jersey. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's not gonna happen. Joe says, y'all people need to stop saying I don't want this. I don't want that, fans. Y'all not GMs. Please just accept we getting receivers. DB Talking Sales said, well, what up, Joey? What's going on, DB? Direct Cup said that by Prizzle attributes and combine measurables, Traylon Burks had the highest boom and bust potential of all projected first-round wide receivers from PFN, who compared him to 39 other receivers. Donnie says, watching the clock right now, so damn close. We are getting there 2 days away, bro. 3 down, 2 cups with the same combine measurables. That's crazy. Bion says he already healed. I've heard it's ACL injury in 22, not 2008, so I wouldn't be worried. I'm not really worried about it too much. Yo, Dagger, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day, bro. What's going on, man? Rowan says, VJ, if you work for the Eagles, can you tell us how we stop pulling Lurie's thing and not mess up this draft? Bleak reads out, Monkey could make better draft picks than our GM. DB Talker Show says, Talking Now says, trade up to 10. 48 hours, just about. We are getting there. 2 more days. 2 more days and we're there. So we're hearing right now that Rager's on the trade block, that Eagles are listing the trade offers, and number 2, that the Eagles are going to be trading up from Adam Schefter himself. Trade back candidates for the Eagles, the Giants, and Panthers as of right now. Interesting. Who could they get? What is the target? Baron says, I'm going to check it out. Excited for the draft. I'll see you and Philly 500 both. Appreciate it. We're going to be streaming from both channels, so give both channels a lot of love. Euro says, I feel like being an Eagles fan and getting drafted by a team you love brings an extra edge and fire. Wilson over Gardner at 6 is both are there. I trust me, like when you get those players that get to go to their favorite team, that extra, like you said, extra edge, extra effort, extra fire, it's always a good thing to say and to hear. Broderick says, have your Canadian dry ready Thursday night, bro. It's going to be ready. I actually have it. It's actually not Canada dry. It's actually Schweppes or Schweeps, whatever. Schweppes, I think it's called. Trent says, does the combine actually influence team's decision? To an extent, because I think with certain guys have bad combines and their tape shows a lot more what they show you at the combine. So it comes to account depending on position. Yeah, he says, my girlfriend's husband is fighting for your freedom. Leon says, I want Stingley. 3 on 2 cups and the Detroit Lions drafted a wide receiver in the first round 3 years in a row, but they got Megatron that 3rd year. So which would you wouldn't do the same thing? Vincent Watson says sauce. Ronan says Trent Kelly, yes, by the way, Go City. Craig says, Joey, how do you feel about Stingley moving up on team boards, hearing great things about him? I don't know where he's going to be. Our team's still worried about his medical, even if he's even healthy right now. Like, what are teams worried about? Brain said, this giving me flashbacks of drafting Michael Bridges. Easy Money says, Joey, if Minshew is moved in a trade, then look out for Matty Ice Corral, the next Matty Ice. Rock the Artist says, 48 hours till Easy Money will crash. Trash. Corral will not come. His jaw will drop. VH says, yes, combines do. Mike says, have you had Brantley get out and check out your stream? I have not. Nobody has. Rosa, what do you think we could get for Rager? I'm hoping like a 4th or a 5th. I mean, that's what I'm expecting out of a trade like this as of right now, so we'll see. John Blade says, are you going to stream the draft? Me and Philly 500 are streaming all 3 days together on both channels. Have both tabs open for both streams. Give both channels a lot of love. VH says, Rager, if we're lucky, 3, probably a 4. Helio says, a cornerback, defense tackle, wide receiver, those are the positions where if we lose a starter, we're screwed. If they trade up to 6 with Panthers, it would have to be on draft day again to jump Giants at 7 to draft Sauce. Roland says Corral is not good. What do y'all see in him? Eagles get wide receiver. Definitely agree. Y'all better hope Eagles don't draft Manziel. I mean Corral. Oh, I saw what you did there. Vincent said Pickens is going in the first round. I heard Pickens might be a late first round pick. It could happen. And broken record. Jordan, Dad Kid 10 says, I don't know why Kayvon is dropping on people's boards. He's still top 2 prospect. Craig Meadows, I honestly think people are undervaluing the middle linebacker. Ray Lewis is somewhere. 72 God says trade up to 10 for Stanley Hamilton or Williams. 3-on-2 Cup says, just off the highlights alone, I was impressed with Sam Howell more than Corral. DB says pick and Chiefs makes sense. Princess move up and get Sauce and trade back and get Christian Watson. Interesting. Dude, I can't believe the draft is only 2 days away. I mean, we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this moment. The Eagles are reportedly in the trade up market. Howie needs to get on the phone if Sauce or Stanley gets past the Giants at pick 7. I mean, to be honest with you, if they move up to 6, one of them is going to be available. Stanley or Sauce will be available. So we have some news from Brian Baldy as of right now. He says Eagles with 15-18 pick have long-standing history of drafting defensive line middle of the first. Will they deviate in a defensive line deep draft? So we'll see. I'm gonna watch all this stuff. This is gonna be nuts. A lot of stuff to watch today, which is good. I want Jordan Davis badly. I'm not seeing anything else though. That's the news that we're going to be getting today. Fred says if Sauce gets out of top 8, we have to trade up. VH says Sauce and Garrett. Easy Money says Matt Corral has a stronger arm than number 1 pick Trevor Lawrence, Nike long toss 2017. Uriel says you think Panthers would take 18th Minshew, Dillard, and Rager for 6. I don't know. Adding Dillard, Rager, and you're not trading everybody. They're not taking 2 play. They're not going to take everything that we have. I know it's easy to say to put Dillard and Rager in a trade together, but if they don't want Dillard, they're not going to make that trade. If they don't want Rager, they're not going to make that trade. So, Rowan says, "Do you think we go at least one defensive lineman in the first?" Oh yeah, 100%. That's what I want. I want them to go get a defensive lineman in the first. But if they don't, Travis Jones in the second intrigues me. The defensive end from Penn State. You got Perrion from Oklahoma. I mean, there's a lot of guys in the second round that could be superstars. So Trent says Matt Corral only has an arm. Its accuracy is average. Broderick says, what team do you see picking up Deebo Samuel? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like, I think they're going to keep him. I don't think they're getting rid of him. The San Francisco 49ers seem to have wanting to hold on to him. I think from what I've seen, I think they want 2 first-round picks. They're not giving up for a first, and a first ain't going to get it done. I think 2 first-rounders will get it done, but it's a couple days for the draft. I don't know what they expect they're going to get. You know what I mean? I think Deebo wants out. I think so. He might sit this last year. He might sit this whole year. Who knows? So, Jordan, the kid says, what team do you think makes the worst pick this year? You know what's funny? I don't know, but I think the Jaguars are going to make a big mistake getting Travon Walker than Aiden Hutchinson. I think Walker's going to be good, but I don't think he's worth a number 1 overall pick, in my opinion. So we'll see. Rowan says, would you give Dillard and Rager for a second? Yeah, it would be great, but it's not going to happen. You're not getting a second-round pick for both players, so it's definitely not going to happen. Rowan says, would you give Dillard and Rager? Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Yeah, this happens all the time. I don't know. There's like these stupid things pop up all the time. Yeah, I already got rid of them. We're good. Euro says I wouldn't mind trading back 15 to 20 for an extra second and get Booth, Elam, McDuffie in that order, of course. Chris Scott says, Shakes, are you and Philly doing a post-draft show? I mean, right after the Eagles pick in the first round? Well, we're streaming the whole entire draft. We're not doing a post-draft. We're going to do a round table. We're gonna do the Philly Shakedown on Sunday to go over all the draft picks. So that's what we're going to be doing. Trent says, did you see video about Debo in the club when he was asked to stay? Yeah, and they put up that sign and he was shaking his head. That was the funniest crap ever. Fred says, Joe George, see that video of Debo in the club? They brought out the sign, Debo coming back, Stanford, and he was like, nope. The truth is, where do you think Breece Hall is going? I don't know. He could be a third-round pick. Buffalo Bills are a big team right now that want a running back. They need a rotational guy with Singletary. So, I mean, that's the news right now for Buffalo. They could be drafting running back pretty early, third round or less. I don't know. 3 out 2 cups to Devontae Wyatt just turned 24 last month with the 5th-year option. He would be 29. That's crazy. Johnny says, would you pick up Earl Thomas? He's trying to make. I wouldn't. If I'm picking up a safety, it's gonna be. I mean, Earl Thomas is an issue, off the field issues. Not even off the field issues, but he just has an attitude issue, and he hasn't played since 2019. So. Rowan says Corral does not have a better arm than Lawrence. Chris Scott says, awesome, cool, thanks, Shakes. You're good. The truth says, where do you think Breece Hall is going? Zari says, the truth is where we have the extra second-round pick next year. We have 2 firsts and a second. DB Tony says, is it worth to listen to trade offers for Miles? Hertzo said, if we get Ohio State wide receiver in the first, we will win the division. Tyler says, do you think we can get number 6 by offering 15 and Andre Dillard? Easy Mike says Buffalo could draft Hall in round 1. Maybe. That's what I'm hearing right now. Michael says, I think Hall will go to the Bills in the second round. He'll say, I'd rather keep Minshew for trade value. Once training camp starts, a starting quarterback will go down and someone will overpay us. No, I totally agree. I feel like there's going to be some interest after the draft for Minshew. I feel like there's going to be a lot of interest. They can get a nice draft pick for him. Between a third to a second. If someone's in desperation, they will give up more. So, Zary says that Breece Hall is available in the third, and you have to trade up for him. The truth says, should we draft Hall or Walker? I don't know if they're drafting running back that early. Joseph Daniel says, Philly Fire is sending you a Matt Corral. I doubt it, bro. I doubt it. I don't know why people keep saying this. I just don't believe it. Ryan says, I had to go with something. I just got done with it, and I'm back. You're good, man. Matt, 31 more days till Obi-Wan series comes out. Disney Plus, very pumped. Dude, me and you both, man. There he says, money aim strength means a little when you have no accuracy. Easy Money says, Matt, MVP Corral. Fred says, that age made me think twice about why, even though I think he might be better now than Davis. Davis obviously has better upside, probably leaning more to him between the two because of that. Rowan says, wow, okay, a prospect for next year for Georgia just got sent to prison. Oh, that's not good. Susan says, check out DeMarvin Leal. Zary says the true Breece Hall will be a Jonathan Taylor type running back behind the O-line, could easily rush for 1,000 yards. I don't think the Eagles get a running back that early. I mean, look, Miles Sanders is on a contract year right now. They have to draft a running back between rounds 4 to 6. I mean, they have to. So, did you see what Howie said? I did not. He said, Joseph out here dry snitching. Bird's Eye View says it hurts worth more than what we drafted him. 3,500 confirmed the jersey. Maybe he got a jersey, not a jersey for me. Corral Jersey Gate 2022. Easy Money says Corral 70% complete percentage says he's accurate, but that's what you want, a rocket arm QB. That's how Josh Allen happened. He wasn't accurate coming out, but had a rocket arm. Ryan says Tyrann Mathieu could be a safety, cornerback, or a linebacker. Interesting. I'm checking to see if he's streaming right now. He's not. That's too bad because we'd have a little bit of a fight right now. Philly say you should have to get the guy you want if he slips. John says, where the Matt Corral joke come from? I heard Philly Farmer mention him, but can someone tell me that joke? She said, any updates on Honey Badger? There's nothing. We're probably not going to hear anything. Probably not going to hear anything as of right now. So, DB talks about, honestly, if you take our running back in the second like Hall, then the writing is on the wall for Sanders. P says, Joey, let me get a wrench, bro. You're good. You're good, man. You're good. You must joke. Corral jersey is coming soon. Lydia says we need to keep Minshew. I don't think they're going to keep him. I feel like if they get substantial amount of draft capital for him, they're going to get something for him. I think that's what's going to happen. Magni Blau says now he says he's sending it to you. He's not even streaming right now. How do you guys know this? Like, he's not even streaming at all. Like, and you guys are like saying he's sending me a jersey. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Let's see here. Trent says any good free agents we could still sign besides Matthew. I don't think so. Oh, what up, Joey? Exactly 50 hours. So the draft, we're getting there, bro. Rowan says they're trolling you, Joey. Joe said, with y'all people have a man crush on Corral, you'll say his name more than Beetlejuice and Candyman. Mahogany says, Honey Badger confirmed he wants to be committing to any team until after the draft. He said it yesterday. Chris, I remember this, how he loves Senior Bowl players. That has taken a good amount of Senior Bowl players that impressed this year. Winfrey, D-Leo impressed. He posted earlier. Ryan says, I'm excited for the season for the Philadelphia Flyers fly. The truth, the celebrating boxes match with Philly 500 for charity. Manuel said, Hurts had roughly 9% jump completion percentage, 20 to 21 over the under 9% for the year. He has been putting in the work, what I hear. Tyler says, Dillard has got to be moved in the draft tonight. There's the Money Corral's completion percentage 67.8. Meanwhile, Hurts completion percentage out of the college was 69.7. So please explain how Corral's better than Hurts. DB talking now says, so did Wyatt and everyone else at Senior Bowl. Chris says both Winfrey and D. Leal will be second round picks. P says we signing him after draft. Watch. I think so. If they don't draft a safety early, I feel like we're in good contention to get him. For Honey Badger, I should say. Rowan said, would you trade 15 for the 29th and 30th? No, I'm not trading that 15th pick. I'm not trading that 15th. 18th, I'll trade back. 15, I'm not. I'm not trading that pick back whatsoever at all. So, definitely not happening. 100% not happening. So, it will be interesting. Let's see here. Uriel says, I think Winfrey Brisker, we get another second would be at A+. Oh, 100%. I would love Winfrey and Jaquan Brisker. Let's see here. Aaron puts it, who would win in a fight, you or Mark Holmes? TV says, pick predictions now, Joey. I think they move up for Sauce and they get Jordan Davis with 18. That's what I have right now. Matt says, I'm nervous and excited for the draft all at once. Rowan says, you think we could get a 31st, 32nd for the 18th? We will see. Joe says, do you think that the Eagles will trade up? I think they will. I think 95% they will trade up in this draft. 100%. Totally agree. So we're over the 2-hour mark for the stream as of right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. We'll be streaming all 3 days of the draft with Philly 500. Keep both tabs open. We're going to be streaming at the same time, both of us in one chat. So we're both streaming at the same time. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun the next 4 days because we're having the Philly Shakedown on Sunday as well to go over these draft picks too. And we'll have videos in between. And we'll have the reactions to the picks and everything like that. So it will be a lot of fun. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. If you're new, if you like the Philly Shakedown, you like these streams like this, we'll be streaming probably again tomorrow, most likely early in the day for any other news. And we will be, I hope you guys are here for it. So no videos are coming out tomorrow. We're going to be doing a strict stream, resting the rest of the day for a long 4 days. It's going to be crazy. Like the stream if you guys haven't subscribed. Like I said, check out the memberships in the description and the pinned comment for the extra content. You're going to get stuff I can't put on YouTube as well. So I appreciate everybody that's been so supportive of these streams since for a while, and it's been a lot of fun with everybody. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate 302 Birds. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. 302 said, you got to come on our pod. Hey, dude, hey, just send me a message on Twitter. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter here, if you guys have questions, you guys want to invite me, I've been pretty much jumping on a lot of I'll be on Eagles Sports Podcast tonight. So I'll be on that channel tonight to be a guest. So here's my Twitter, guys. If you guys haven't either, follow me on Twitter. I'll accept you guys. We hit over 1,000 followers like probably a month ago, which was great. So there's my Twitter in the live chat if you guys haven't seen it either. So definitely follow me on there. Rowan says, man, Joey, your channel has grown so large since I've been a subscriber. It's been great, man. It's been great. And I hope it grows more. I really do. And you guys are the reason why it grows more. So Alex says, who we want is definitely not why, because I agree with you. We're going to go another couple minutes, and that's really it. We're going to go like another minute and a half. And then I got to finish a video, and then I got some stuff to do the rest of the day. So then I get ready for a stream in a few hours. So that'll be, yeah. Joe, we have some strippers on the stream Thursday. 3-2 Cup says, good. Remember the Giants have a new GM head coach. I think they're holding a grudge from last year. It's all about smart business decisions with them. Yeah, it seems like they're really trying to rewrite the wrongs that Dave Gettleman and certain GMs have put in to that team. So, Matt, sub this man for all the content he busts his butt to put out for us every single day, always giving his all, and smash the like button for truly deserves all the subs he can get. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it so much, Matt. I appreciate 302. Thank you, man. I will accept. I accepted somebody already. So if you guys haven't followed me, follow me on there. Zachary says, I'm going into 24-hour coma tomorrow. Rowan says, Joey, what channel are you going to be live on later? Philly Sports Podcast, I think it's called. Philly Sports Pod. I'll put the once the post is up, I'll put it up on the YouTube community so you guys see it. The truth says, do you think there will be another crazy protester that storms the draft? They've been doing it in the NBA playoffs. I've seen that too, which is kind of ridiculous. Sauce and Davis to be great for the first. Philly Athens, can't wait for the draft. I like them to get Sauce, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, we'll see, dude. If it's not Sauce, it's going to be Stingley. It's not Stingley. It's going to be Garrett Wilson. It could be Jameson Williams. It's going to be one of those four guys. That's what I feel. Alistair says, sub, looking forward to your stream during the draft. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, dude. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you have both tabs open for Philly 500 and me, because all the chat's going to be in one, but definitely give both channels a lot of love. No joke. Send the link. I will. I'll send the link for tonight. I don't know if it's up yet. I have to look first. I have to look first. Let me see if it's actually up. I don't know if it's up. I don't know if he put it up. I don't think it's up yet. I don't think it's up yet. I have to wait. I gotta wait. I don't think it's up yet. I'll put that up soon. City Boy says, I just got off Cilio. What did I miss? Easy money, rocket arm. Jerry says they ain't trading up unless it's for a QB. I don't think that's true. They're definitely up. They're 95% trading up in this draft. 100% they're going to trade up. Zari, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. So far, before we end the stream, I think that's it, guys. I'm going to look at the Howie Roseman press conference today with Dave Spadaro. So I'm interested to see what's going on. We got to watch for Jalen Reagor trade. We have to watch for some things today. So Joe Jones said, I wouldn't be shocked if we get Thibodeau, Booth, and Pickens would be a great draft. Oh, I think it would be fantastic. Fantastic draft. All right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. Before you leave, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be streaming the draft 3 days straight and 4 days, really, because we have the Philly Shakedown Sunday, too. So me and Philly 500 are going to be streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There will be a post up to let you guys know what time it is going to happen, and we'll be ready to go. So you guys give both channels a lot of love. Next time I see you guys, well, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm not putting any content out tomorrow. I have a video out probably by tonight, today, sometime. I don't know when. I have to finish the editing on it. So, and that's pretty much it. I'll have a quick membership video out and something probably later. So we'll see. But all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next time tomorrow. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace. Enjoy your day.